any weakness or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah. We made it again.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Why?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well,
don't be telling people what we talk about, man. How dare you?
That's what we do.
No, I'm going to be ruined because of that man right there.
He played
Jorge Briones.
We call him that a magic trick?
Well, it was two of them that I showed him for.
Yeah, card trick, and then he did one of, what do you call it, a memory trick?
Yeah, you can call it that. Yeah.
The dude,
I can read your mind trick.
He read my mind, and it pissed me off. Like, you're not leaving this room till you tell me how you did that.
You were flummoxed, I think is the word.
Bruh, everything I told him, he, guessed in a crumpled piece of paper. Like, that's not right. Yeah, don't ever do that to me again.
But you were very aggressive in wanting to know the solution to the puzzle.
How did he read my The dude read my mind, Travis.
No, he didn't. He tricked you.
Well, I needed to know how. I needed to know how.
Right. Yeah.
Before that, he read my mind. Like, the answers I gave, he already had. How did you do that?
I got to go set up for the show. No, you don't. You got to explain to me.
He tricked you.
I'm trying to do, the Law and Order face.
He did not read your mind. Yeah. He just had a way to get you to do the thing that he wanted you to do.
Right. I'm like, did I say Puka out loud without knowing it? Did I say red without telling? How did he know?
Wait, so what happened?
So Jorge did this. I walked in, and Jorge had a bunch of little scraps of paper crumpled up on the table.
Yeah,
and they were. He was asking him questions.
Give me give me a football player.
Right.
So I'm thinking Puka. Okay, give me a position, quarterback. Give me a color, red. Give me a direction, left. And he guessed all that stuff with crumpled pieces of paper. Like, how did you know?
But mind you, before you answered, I would write down my guess, crumble it up, and put it next to you.
That was part of the show.
Okay, we need to do this for everybody here. You need to do it for Travis, you need to do it for me.
Do it to Travis. No, I don't mess around with these dark arts stuff.
Be careful. It was one of those things, I understand that being like a magician or a sleight of hand or something, I know there's a skill to it, right? To be good at it is a real skill. But I know it's not magic.
Right.
I just know that there's a trick that I don't know.
That's the
okay. You lack
part.
whimsy.
Yeah.
But that's why I cannot get to the point where magic is like, oh, I just don't know how you did it. I know there's a way to do it. I just don't know how to do it.
But that's the impressive. You've got good presentation. You've done this before.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you do. You had me going.
I need you to do it to Travis and me, and we should do it on air, and so we can be as amazed by this, or if it's just a DeMarco thing.
Let me get out of the room. let me leave the room. Yeah, you and David Blaine.
No, so there's a deck of cards in there. I don't know. We don't know why. So I took out the deck of cards.
They were playing blackjack.
Oh, that's what it was. Cool. So then
getting ready for the tournament.
So then
there you
go. You left, and then I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna show you a trick so you can do it to your daughter. So I take 4 kings and I do this whole.
And I'm staring a hole through that deck.
Yeah, he's locked in. So I hide
doing this.
So I hide all the kings inside the deck.
Yeah.
And they're 4 robbers essentially, and they gotta escape from the bank because the cops just got there. So I do this trick, and they all get away, right? And he's like, dude, how the hell did you do that?
He showed me 4 kings, then hid them in the deck, and then all of a sudden brought them out again on top. Like, how did you do that?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know how you did it, but I know that you know how to do it.
Correct.
Yes.
I can't get there.
It's the reason I don't go to magic shows. I will jump on stage. Tell me how you did that.
I'm just a sucker for anything magic because it's one of the oldest,
Yeah,
arts.
no.
I love that stuff.
Real skill to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's a real skill to it. And did the Rams ever bring in one of those those guys?
A mentalist.
A mentalist. Thank you. That's what. Have you ever seen one of those guys?
David Blaine did it.
Dude,
David Blaine
crazy.
was nuts. I told you this. He had Isaac Bruce sign a card.
Yeah.
So Isaac, who rarely does autographs, signed the card, gave it to Blaine. Blaine does this thing, the theatrics and whatever. He's standing right in front of us. This is right on the field. He goes, it's over there. So we walk 20 yards, pull open the turf, and it's under the turf. How did you get it there? Isaac took one look and ran away. Like, this is crazy. How did that happen? Yeah.
No,
nuts.
it's impressive.
Yeah, very.
It's impressive.
I really want to know.
Yeah, I want to know, but I just want to say, okay, here's how we're going to do it, and then I'm going to do it, and then I can just go, okay.
Yeah. I'm with you. It never
whimsy.
ceases to amaze.
So Denny's at 3 in the morning. There was a magician who walked in. Whatever he did,
he was done with
parties,
his act.
Whatever, he would come in. He'd just have a good time. He's outside smoking, and I, go out, for a break, whatever. I don't smoke, so I just go out there. I'm like, hey man, like, you're a magician kind of thing. He's like, yeah. He's like, let me show you a couple of tricks. So he would show me some like really cool stuff. Like he would make water squirt out of a freaking box of cards. I never asked him how because I thought it was cool. Then once we were back inside, he's like, hey, can I get a little more coffee? I'll bring him more coffee. I'm like, hey, man, do you have something simple that you can kind of teach me so I can, show my brothers and stuff and, impress them? So he showed me a couple of tricks, which I just did to the Marco. And, man, like those.
I'm stealing that card trick tonight. I'm doing that tonight.
Did he show you how to do it?
Oh, yeah, he showed me.
Okay, don't tell us how it happened.
That tonight. Yes.
People are like now going viral because they're hosting pre-games and paying for a magician to come and be a part of their pregame
like
for like
before
going
you go
out
for the night.
Yeah, before you go out or like a party or something and like they're hiring a magician to come to their apartment of a bunch of 20-year-olds and get hyped before going out.
I think what it is like when you think of a magician, you think of like the top hat and the cane and the flowers that come out, like the old school like campy stuff. Like but to be able to make a autograph card appear underneath the artificial turf, that's
he levitated. Still don't know how he did it because he's right from me to you, and he went up in the air.
Yeah,
how did you do that?
I don't know.
Matter of fact, I don't need to know how you did that.
I
Goodbye.
don't know. No, it's not for me. It's not for me. How you feel? Other than having your mind blown 10 minutes ago, how you feel?
Good. Are you a fan of the Untold things? Those shows, Netflix?
Hit and miss. More often, no, but there have been some. I like the one on the Indiana Pacers, Detroit Pistons thing.
Yeah,
that was. I like that one.
Yes.
That might be
Teo had a good one.
I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
Because I already knew that story. I didn't learn anything new from that one.
Okay.
The Mouse at the Palace one is the one I'm like, oh, okay.
That was good. You learned something.
The other ones I felt I either knew or they were only telling half the story.
Because there's also the Swamp Kings one or whatever.
That was
with
good.
the
Swamp Kings, that one was all right. I didn't like that one. I didn't like
Johnny Manziel.
That one was like almost malpractice.
Yeah,
that one was
zero.
Well, I just saw the Brett Favre one last night.
Oh, how was it?
Man, oh my God.
How does Brett come out of it?
Horrible.
Okay.
Horrible. Pete Rose style.
Oh.
Yeah, Pete Rose style. Like, this is a bad dude. At least that's what the piece said.
Okay, is he in it?
He, at the very end, Brett Favre declined to be interviewed for this story.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was just all bad and more bad and more bad.
That's usually a good sign. That if the guy that is the star, for lack of a better word, the subject, thank you, is not involved in it, that means they're probably pretty close to the real thing.
I forgot most of the story because we lived through it. The Jen Sturger part is a major part of it. And I did not know, you have to see this in Untold, that a member, an employee of the Jets gave him her number. Yeah. That's how it went sideways for him and all that stuff and how that blew up. And then it got into the Mississippi welfare thing. It just kept getting worse. Like it was fun. You love Brett Favre. They show him partying. And then all of a sudden from there, bad guy, worst guy, horrible human.
Yeah, man. It's hard because I'm sure that many of these guys that we like to watch and we admire and we want to like them are actually really great guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure that, and I would even go as far as say is that most are somewhere between perfectly fine to good guys. But there's just enough of them where you're like, ugh. That it's like, I just don't think I ever want to actually know anymore.
Give me your sports villains of the day. Dylan Brooks would be up there. Draymond Green,
like
good enough.
On the court, sports villains.
Just people with the black hat.
Dennis Rodman, Draymond,
probably some of the nicest dudes in the world. Like opposite of their character of what you think.
Yeah,
Favre is the opposite way, and that's part of what they said. No matter what he does, people still love him.
You played against Favre.
Oh yeah, I'm on the thing twice.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm on the thing twice. He shook me in St. Louis. He shook me twice in St. Louis, and both of them made that dang documentary.
And you kept the towel.
All these people. He played against John Randall forever, and you showed me twice. Thank you.
Now I know why you liked it.
No, I hated it because of that. It shook me twice.
Is it one episode or is it a couple episodes?
It's one episode, and it's a 1 hour siege.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop.
Okay, I'll check that out.
For a minute, like they give you the love and why you love Favre and how Atlanta missed on him, and then from there, and they never flush.
Look, here's the other thing. Those are that story, just not Favre specific, but the story of, hey, you think you like this guy? He's a real pain in the ass. That is a far more interesting story than, hey, you think that you like this guy? He's really cool.
Right.
It's like
right.
that. Yeah, okay, great. Like that.
It gets a little too saccharine. Like, that's like,
yeah.
I know this is a little off of this, but I was watching Survivor last night. I'm not going to spoil the finale because it was the finale. But it's just this whole season has been so saccharine, so sweet and sentimental, and I'm just like, this is not why I watch reality TV.
No,
I want people to be mad and angry and
you
mean.
Want conflict. You want to. You need a bad guy. Like you said, you need a guy in a black hat.
But but watch it and tell me what you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've sacked that dude twice, and the ones they showed are the ones he got away from. Like, really? Thanks. Of all the people, why me? Thank you.
Trying to think. So of the Brett Favre's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many Hall of Famers did you sack? You said you played against Joe Montana. Did you sack him?
Hit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. Favre.
Twice.
Did you ever play against Marino?
Hit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Young?
3 times. Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, missed one. Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Division guy.
Did you miss Brady?
Yeah, Brady came in after I left.
Yeah.
What about Warren Moon?
Picked him.
Okay.
And I never let him forget it.
You intercepted a pass from Warren Moon.
Oh yeah, and he sat there on the sideline and watched me return
Husky dirty.
Oh yeah, he was sitting right there watching me run and would not get up.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
great.
I hope you get up and try to tackle me so I can run you over. Yeah, please get up and nope, he sat there.
Trying to think who else.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Elway,
sure.
yes.
Elway, of course.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah. All those guys of that era.
Yeah. Aikman.
Preseason.
Okay.
Preseason, and I blew him up twice, and they took him out.
Oh.
Yeah, and the guy that I was beating, I went to college with, so I had like beef with him.
Okay.
So it wasn't about Aikman; it was about that dude. So I hit him twice.
I'm genuinely asking. I don't know the answer to this. Does that count if it's in the preseason?
For me, it did.
Okay.
He was back there, right?
Yeah. But
he said hike. I went
was
go.
Nate Newton protecting him?
Nate was on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, but the guard, he was a rookie. So, but it still counts.
Right.
Wearing a cowboy uniform.
I
in Texas Stadium, and that was Aikman. It counts for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a perfectly acceptable answer, but if I looked up Pro Football Reference, it would not count.
No, it did not actually happen. Yes, but
that's pretty good.
It was cool, but why me getting beat?
Phil Simms is not in the Hall of Fame.
I thought Phil made it.
Did he make it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
You're right. Phil
Yeah.
Simms is not in the Hall of Fame. Don't quote me on that. But why would he be? He's not really up there for yards.
No.
He's in the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
He had a
won the
great
Super Bowl
run
a couple times.
Yeah, great run with the Giants. Yeah.
The Niners, the Raiders. No. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Hall of Famers.
I think the guy hit the most was actually Vince Evans because of those preseasons.
Well, okay, and Vince Evans played in the NFL for like 49 years.
Right, it's like hitting
Vince
your dad.
Evans was around forever.
This is elder abuse.
kind of had that on lock. They had Vince Evans, they had Rodney Peete. Like they had guys that were never great but always good.
10-year vets in the league.
And I bet you Vince Evans played 15 years.
Forever.
I know Rod did.
And he could play pretty good.
And they could pretty good.
Yeah,
Like if they were in the game, you had a chance to win the game.
No doubt.
You ever get Rodney Peete? He was a little before your time, right?
I played him one time in '95. He was the starter, and he was an afterthought.
Where was he at this point?
This is Philadelphia. And, I played him one time, and it was a running game. Charlie Garner was the running back. So we had our hands full with him.
Yeah,
Forget about the quarterback trying to stop that guy.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
A lot of guys. I love that you picked Warren Moon. I love
Oh,
it.
yeah. Pick Warren Moon, Bobby Hebert,
okay.
and one other guy.
Who's the other guy?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
Oh, Boomer.
Oh,
Boomer Esiason.
yeah, Boomer's a good one.
In New York. That was 18 yards before I got blown up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Warren Moon's at the time. Hall of Famer.
Of course. Every time I see Warren Moon, I got it.
That's great. That's absolutely great. All right. Do you know a high school senior who is doing all the right things? They're a leader. They're a scholar. They're an athlete. If so, you can nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. There will be 5 winners. That's a $500 scholarship if they are one of the winners. VIP treatment at the All-Star Friday night event. So you can nominate your All-Star Student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region in California for 13 years in a row. Come see what all the fun's about. So if you're like, hey, that kid's doing a great job, doing all the right things, and you want to make sure that they get recognized, ESPNLA.com, nominate them for a potential $500, DeMarco. Think of what you would have done with an extra $500.
I'm looking at a picture of Dustin May. He looks like a dude out of Braveheart.
Let's talk about Dustin May. Let's talk about what we saw last night. And I saw something today that I think I hate, but I might do it anyway. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
1 week from tomorrow, DeMarco, you and I and Emily, we will be out at Legends Attic celebrating the 1-year anniversary live on May 30th. Iconic legends will also be joining us, of course, Oral Hershiser, Steve Sachs, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, Legends Addicts giveaways, as always, live art with Dave Hobrecht, and, of course, the star of the show, the Freddie Freeman Grand Slam Ball from Game 1 will be there as well. It's all happening at Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard, Claremont. Wow. Tickets available at legendsattic.com.
And I think that we might be giving away some tickets to this event next week. So stay tuned next week.
Nice.
After, Tuesday through Thursday, we might be doing some fun things to make sure you're out there next Friday.
Please mark out around the ball for me, please.
Please what?
Mark out. Go nuts. I mean, don't hold it in. Don't be restrained. This is that ball.
No, I am very, very excited to see
Good.
it.
I want you to mark out and be a kid again.
I don't know. I've never heard mark out. What does that mean?
Wrestling term.
Oh,
mark. Just
okay.
You're into the storyline.
I
believe everything I see.
See, okay, but I don't need. It will be real. It
is real.
I am very, very excited. And I don't know. Maybe it's just that I love baseball the way that I do, and I like baseball stuff the way that I do. But like, if you said to me, "There's a hockey puck from Wayne Gretzky scoring some record-breaking goal," I'd be like, "Okay, that's cool." But this, I would be like, that's awesome. That's the Nestor Cortez thinking, okay, I'm going to sneak some high cheese by this guy first pitch. Bam!
Wow.
Like, it just...
Okay, I can't wait to see it.
Going up the first base, I can't wait.
I cannot wait to see it. Yes,
I
never
else. Thought that I would get to see with my own two eyes on TV both times. I wasn't there for either one of these. But something that not only got close to what Kirk Gibson did, but may have equaled and may even have surpassed what Kirk Gibson did. And to get to see two of those is a ridiculous spoil.
And then when you saw it at Cosm on that other angle.
Oh, my
man.
God.
When I saw you react to that, you're like, whoa, I've never seen. I was like,
I've never seen that angle before.
Yeah.
It was so. You know, when we were at Cosm DeMarco, I think you had left before they did like they did this super highlight cut sort of thing at the end of the day. There's the camera at Dodger Stadium for Cosm is right behind home plate.
Oh, you showed me the shot.
Oh,
yeah, I saw the shot.
Just unbelievable. And there's the ball. And we get to see the ball on
And then
Friday.
Susan pointed out the bat boy who's running for the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, all of a sudden, if you're around those guys, especially if it's the World Series and all that stuff, I'm sure there's a meeting of the ball boys and everybody else like, hey, listen, if something happens, grab the gear. Like, make sure that the bat, the helmet, the bases, like all of those things, go get them because that's going to be worth something at some point.
Is that 3-2 or 2-2?
Which
when
one?
he hit the home run?
Gibson?
No, Freddie.
First pitch.
What was the score?
Oh, they were down one.
Down one, 2 outs.
Yeah.
What was the count?
First pitch.
First pitch. Oh, my God. Wow, wow. What? My mind always goes to this. What happens if Cortez gets the strikeout there? What happens to that series if Freddie doesn't do that? That's how
God
special that ball is. That's what I'm saying.
God only knows, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Mark out, please.
It was
look at that. Look
as
at the
good
crowd.
as it's going to see. The whole thing.
Look at the crowd.
If I'm flipping channels or if I'm just on Spectrum Sportsnet LA, which is kind of always where I am, and they're doing the 1988 season in review or they're doing every time you hear Scully's voice and setting up the home run, the hair on my arm stands up.
Oh, man.
It's been 40-plus years, and every single time it's like, here we go again.
Crazy.
Is that the game that you went to water skiing?
Yep, that was the one.
DeMarco, tell DeMarco this story.
You went water skiing?
Yes. So
during this game?
Well, not during the game.
Oh.
Here's what happened. My dad was able to get a pair of tickets to Game 1 and Game 7. Okay?
Of the 1988 World Series.
Of the 1988 World Series. Well, my brother was going to go one day, and I was going to go one day. And I decided I would rather go to Game 7, understanding that there may not be a Game 7.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Okay.
But more so than that is one of my friends wanted to go water skiing that day. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll go water skiing. So I'll get back in time to see the game at home, which I did. But my brother was sitting in the seats and saw Kirk Gibson hit the home run. And I went water skiing that day. Yeah.
So the Dodgers are down to their last out, Game 1 of the World Series. And look who's coming up. Kirk Gibson with 2 bad legs. You talk about a roll of the dice. This is it. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Every time.
Wow.
Ask me how many times I've been water skiing since then.
0?
0.
Never again?
The one and only. And guess what? It's okay.
Yeah. Well, it kind of has to be.
Like, it was fine. Like, I had a good time, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of has to be.
It's not like I turned into Wayne Grimditch, a water skiing all-star all over again.
This will be the first ball I actually, go to see.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a ball.
Weird. It's weird.
Person? Yes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no.
Artifacts from, prehistoric time, but a ball was first.
Yeah, artifacts are like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know what maybe it's a Dodger thing. Maybe it's a recency thing, but I can't wait.
I
can't wait.
Yeah.
Joe Davis will be there and he just got
Emmy
a sports Emmy.
Award-winning
Yeah.
Nice.
Sports Emmy play of the year or person of the year.
Yep.
He's so good.
Gibby. Perfect.
You talked about Mr. T yesterday, right? We talked about him. And I saw him at a hockey game, and I begged him to call a friend and wish him happy birthday.
Yeah.
Because we love Rocky III and that voice.
Okay.
Can I ask him to call someone in that Joe Davis voice? Could you please call someone and leave a voicemail for a friend of mine?
I'm sure you can ask
You think
him.
so? That wouldn't make me a jerk?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's not rude? Okay.
No.
I want you to do that.
All he can do is say no thank you.
That's all he can do is say no. But he can't say no if I'm asking him.
Well, he can. He'll if he doesn't want to, he will find a way
may
to
be
say
busy.
no.
I'll ask him on the air or something,
Ask me later. We'll get to it later. And then, where'd he go?
And I'll be the guy chasing you with a phone?
I would be surprised if he didn't do it. But I don't know. I've never met Joe. I'm excited to meet Joe,
Can you
too.
do my voicemail message for me?
That'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be pretty cool.
Caller, meet DeMarco.
Meet DeMarco's answering voicemail. Answering machine. What century am I
I'm
living
also
in?
like, do people still have voicemail like memos anymore? Like you've reached DeMarco Farr's phone.
I do. Do you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you updated it?
I
forever.
couldn't even tell you.
I was gonna say no one does like fun ones anymore.
No.
No one does the like the
I used to
faking out
spend
ones or
hours
whatever.
on
Oh, you used to give it some thought.
Hours
Yeah.
on my answering machine message.
I think it's just like, hey, I'm not available right now. Leave a message and I'll call you back. I think it's literally
Remember
like
when
that.
you have to record a song in the background?
Yes.
Hey, you reach my voicemail, and then it's Michael Jackson or whoever was playing in the background. And then it's like, leave your message after the beat.
Me and my brothers got in the biggest fight in the world because we couldn't sync up the song with what we were doing. And we messed it up like 5, 6 times. We just started fighting over it. And that made the answering machine.
I remember when we were in college, my roommate Antonio and I, we decided we were going to do that thing where you answered, the answering machine tape would be like we were answering like hello, and then there'd be loud music in the back and like, hey, be quiet, I can't hear what they're saying. And like hello, it's like, no, man, will you turn it down? Like, and it's so stupid.
I hate those.
It's so stupid because it gets somebody the first time every time.
Yes.
Every time.
Ha,
And it's
fooled
like,
you,
yeah.
I'm not here.
It's like, you didn't fool me. Why would I think that wasn't real?
You jerk.
Like, fooling me is, hey, I've got some beachfront property in Newport Beach that's free. You want that? That's what?
We should go back to answering machines. That was a fun time.
Kelly's my daughter, she has, because she's of the cell phone generation where you have, so her first phone, she's probably in 6th or 7th grade, something like that. And she sounds like she's 4 years old on her voicemail.
Oh,
and it's
really?
still there.
Oh,
it's still
wow.
Exactly. It makes me feel great every time I get it.
Hold the phone. You gave her a phone at the 6th grade?
Yeah, something like that. 6th, 7th grade.
Really?
Something. Yeah.
We got to talk
I got a
about
phone
that.
in 7th grade.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But
you
it
need
had
the phone?
it was just texting.
Because we're going to the 5th, and we're arguing about this now.
It was one of those things. Susan and I both felt better knowing that in the event that she needed to reach us, she could reach us.
Okay, and
now
she was in the 6th grade. How 8 years ago? No, longer.
Well, she just finished 16th grade, so,
Okay.
so 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm trying
But
to think
also,
where we
mine
were.
was
Yeah.
a dumb phone, so it had no internet access.
No
it was just texting and phone calls.
Straight up,
It was
parent
text
leash
and phone calls.
Parent leash.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
If you
I'll
need
give
me,
him one.
call
of
me.
She wants an Apple Watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not getting an Apple Watch for a 5th grader.
You can get like I saw my friend's sister has one. It's not an Apple Watch per se, but you can text and call from the Apple
Yeah.
Watch. That's all that they have
We
access
just
to.
bought Susan an Apple Watch the other day.
Yeah.
And so now when you set it up, are you setting this up for yourself or are you setting this up for a child?
For a child.
So you can set it up for a child to eliminate a lot of the things that may be concerning you.
Okay. Phone calls, text messages,
It can
watching
literally be
YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
It can literally be for that.
Good.
Also, a fun way to keep your daughter's voice, especially young kids. I have Waze. If you guys have Waze, an app, you guys can record your daughter giving you directions. Turn left, turn right in a quarter of a mile.
Oh, I've heard it.
And
It's so cute.
It's my daughter telling me where to go.
She does that to me all the time.
You've got it
my God. It's
live
over
and in
there.
stereo.
It's over there. Yes.
That's
oh,
great.
my God.
All right. We'll get back to the Dodgers here in just 1 second. That was a really good game last night. Not a ton happened, but it was a really good game. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino. 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats, so lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont. NormandLegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit NormandLegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text DIG to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text DIG to 42424. That's DIG to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone.
Hey, can't hear you. Speak up. Turn the music down. Neo. How many wives does Neo have now?
4.
Easy. 4 wives,
Easy.
right? He does.
Yeah,
That's
4
what
wives.
he 4 wives. I'm not kidding.
That's a lot of wives.
Hey, that's a lot. One's enough. My God, 4? When do you sleep?
Excellent.
Will you stop? Come on, get in
I'm
here.
just going to let you finish. Yeah, I'm just
Ay,
going
ay,
You got your shovel over there.
I like
You
Neo.
keep going.
I saw
Yeah.
Neo in concert. He was awesome. I
Yeah.
was there. See, there he is.
There you go.
Nice.
Radio's Clinton Yates in the building as well. Just very quickly, I just got a text from our friend, former coworker Janice Garcia. She says she cannot listen to the Freddie segment anymore. Sorry, Janice.
Alas.
Sorry. But I
Suck
do
it
every
up,
day.
Janice.
She's a Yankee fan.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got something for you. Here you
Yeah.
go. Wait, can you hear it? Oh, I can't hear it. No, wait, where is it? There you go. There you go. We'll just keep displaying in the background.
This should be like, like in Sports Center highlights where they have the music underneath
the
it.
bed,
It should
yeah.
just be
right
Freddie,
there.
meet Gibby
There it is
over
again.
and over again.
Wow.
Well, you
So-
said radio's Clinton Yates.
Yeah. How
Today's
about
the
that?
last time
Last ATH.
that it is television's Clinton Yates.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been
How long you been doing it?
8 years.
8 years.
It's a long
And
time.
that was when I really started looking back on it. I was like, 8 years is as long as I've done almost anything.
Sure.
At any stop in this business, if you start adding them
yeah.
all up, and it feels good to be able to be there for the end, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, whatever that muscle memory is that I have, I don't know where I'm going to replace that in terms of the idea of, okay, once or twice a week, I'm going to get on here and say whatever I want. I mean, the radio show is great. Don't get me wrong. But these are two different operations entirely in terms of width and in terms of, visual and all of that stuff. So I'm not as worried about doing it today and getting emotional as much as I am thinking about like next week and the week after when it's like, dang it, I wish we could do this today.
If I had to take a guess, because having stayed at places for long periods of time and then, like you said, in this business, this stuff comes to an end. You know this as an athlete, it comes to an end. You move on to the next thing. It doesn't, in the moment when you guys are rapping or whatever, I'm sure there'll be some hugs and all that stuff and it'll be emotional. That goes without saying. It'll be a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, where it's like, man, I really miss doing it. And it won't be Monday morning. It'll be December, and you're like, man, I haven't done. It's been 6 months since I did that.
But what's the difference? You got a show. You can come in here.
Yeah, no. The difference is just
you can still express yourself.
The honest difference is, and to be sort of really personal about it, like the reason I like doing the shows here is because I like the people, not just because I want to hear myself yap. If I had walked into this studio for the first time, stop it. You gotta like yourself in order to listen to some of these idiots like in the YouTube chat. But
it is a professional occupational hazard. If you don't like the sound of your own voice,
then you're not going to be good at it. What I'm saying is though, when I first walked into this station. And like Key was here, LZ was here, I think Michael Thompson was here. They knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like none of this happens without that show is what I'm getting at. So like there's this whole connective tissue between all of it. I was texting with Michael last night and I said, listen, he was like, man, last show. And I said, yeah. He said, dummies, why are they getting rid of it? I was like, Michael. But he used to always tell me, I see you running your mouth on that show. And he would talk to me constantly about things he'd heard me say on the show. So that point of community is what I would say I would miss more than anything, Travis, which is the people who do the show. You just don't have any real reason to talk to them.
It's not the show. It's the people, the rhythm of the show. It's the people of the show. Right. It's the familiarity of the show. It's just it is people that you care about. It's hard to find people that you. There's people you like. There's people that you dislike. But there's not a lot of people you care about.
True.
And when you find a group of people that you care about, it's meaningful. And when it comes to an end, it's sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
And the unique thing about your show too is that you're not in the same room as those people that you've been spending all these hours with, and so that you see them on screens. You have the chats behind the ATH stuff, but like you don't really interact with them except for a couple times. I think I want to say it was Emily Kaplan was talking about this on. Like she went to cover an NHL game, and she said this is the first time I actually met this person in person.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's funny you bring that up because I happen to be in one of the most extremely unique situations of anybody that's been on that show. I think I am the person that has met or knows more people on the show than any other panelist, which is a random thing. But I happen to have done more shows in more places than any other panelist, too, just because of the way the timing worked out. I happen to be national, I'm there. I'll do the show from here, there, wherever. And
You'll be next to this
because of the way the generational worked, I've met. The only person I haven't met is Bob Ryan. He's the lone person I literally don't know or haven't met in person. And so that's what I'm saying. It's even more so for me because these are actual friends. And anyway, my point is that everybody who's listening, the professional situation that you're in or whatever you're doing, like, I'm glad it can end well. And that's really what I'm most proud of is that, we can walk out with our heads high and everybody in this business can actually say, I'm proud we did that, which is not always how it goes.
Not everybody gets the Elway.
No.
You don't get
exactly
to go off
right.
with your finger in the air.
Anyway.
But I think you're ready for your spinoff. We were talking about spinoff shows. Like, you ready?
Thank you. That would be very fortunate where, if something happens, something happens.
Clinton and Friends.
It turns out.
There you
go.
But
I'm glad to have been a part of it, man, to think I lived such a life in such a place.
Simple radio question. Your best moment and your worst. What's
best
your best
moment? Probably is a combo moment. Nah, best moment was probably when I got to bring my dad on, and it happened to be a show that I won, and I got to rip Ted Leontis a new one, the owner of the Wizards and the Capitals, because he was doing something bad, and I pulled my dad on the air. And so that was a special moment. He was like. My dad said, man, I was more popular at church that month than I'd been in 30 years. So, it was pretty cool. But, yeah, man, good stuff.
Low point, worst point? Anything?
I don't know.
Care to share? No?
Nah, I mean, low points in the sense of there were times when I didn't think I had done well and I didn't know whether or not I belonged. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you can really start to question yourself. But yeah, hey man, listen. But sometimes it's not as easy as it looks. But or life gets to you and you just have a bad show. But
next time you're having a crisis of confidence, let me know so I can watch.
So you can play the lottery.
I just want to look at you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
but it is. It's been a great run. So I want to thank everybody who's ever tuned in.
All right, that's very nice.
Appreciate it.
But I'm still not that pleased with you at the moment.
Why is that?
Because you and Greg and everyone else.
The Muncie thing?
No. It's like
the gear.
Because you and I have shirts on that are quasi-similar. They're of a similar style, shall we say?
Yes, they're similarly styled. I said, "Whoa, did you guys plan this or something? What's happening?"
And see, this is why I dislike all of you the way that I do. I knew I was okay. I'll get a little behind the. Every night before I go to bed, everything I'm going to wear in the morning.
You lay out the clothes.
I lay out the clothes because I don't want to make a ton of noise and wake Susan up and everything else. So I have everything. And I said last night, or didn't say it, but I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not going to wear one of my thin hoodies because it's summer and it's hot.
By the way, it is getting much hotter every day.
I'm gonna go with just a shirt. So I go in my closet. I take this off the hanger and I set it next to where I get dressed. And I'm like, those jackasses are going to say something about this shirt.
Mr. Hand?
Mr. Hand.
You guys are going to say something about this.
Mr. Hand.
That's a good call.
I love it, though.
That's a good call.
Mr. Hand wears a tie.
Substitute teacher Travis.
That's better.
You look good, man.
We're watching a movie
Thank
today.
you, Jorge.
We're watching a movie today. Turn your desk around.
You know what I never realized until the last, 2-3 years of my life?
Mm-hmm.
That the reason you would watch film strips in class, movies in class, they bring the TV in class, it never occurred in me until recently.
What?
Teacher was hungover.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. The teacher was
human.
like, I can't do this today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to wheel
Get
the
some
TV
Reading
in.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah.
to be fair, that generation of learning media literacy as a group is very helpful because it is clear in later generations that there are certain things that collectively they just don't understand because they didn't have those experiences.
Yeah.
It didn't all happen together.
Yeah.
It all happens singularly in your phone. It's a different experience.
I'm going to wear these shirts consistently enough to where it's
Get
thin
a sponsor?
the thin hoodie is going to be like, what's up today? You didn't want to get dressed for work?
I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet.
Oh, do you have that many? Do you have any collars?
No, he
Because
doesn't.
it's also retired cop.
How many you got?
More than you think.
Retired cop, a lot of collars.
More
than 10?
What was the number?
More than 10, less than 10.
More
than 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can go 2 weeks without wearing a hoodie. 2 straight weeks, 10 shows, no hoodie.
I'll put it to you this way. We will start
throwing the golf shirts?
Start today.
Okay, fine.
Start
Throw
right
in the golf shirts too?
So Thursdays from now.
That won't even be a golf shirt.
Okay.
Travis, I was watching some sporting event. I can't remember if it was the NBA or if it was baseball, but a Kohl's commercial came on with Ellie Kemper.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen,
Only person I thought of was you. Because you come out there and you're trying on something and it's like, and it's the same exact outfit you would wear any
I don't
day.
feel like this is a compliment.
Oh, my God.
You're Kohl's.
I don't think it is.
Your Kohl's energy is very high.
Very
I know you don't
perceptive.
shop at Kohl's.
I mean, again, get a sponsor.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
you
my
can do
God.
Kohl's reads.
This was not pre-planned. I have a story about going shopping yesterday.
Okay. Wow.
And
well, tell it.
Come on. Right now.
Tell it, yeah,
Right,
because I got to get out of
right,
here. I
right.
got to go put makeup on.
So, yeah, it's the Trav side.
Yeah.
So, I have
what song would be underneath that?
I'm doing something this weekend that I need a pair of pants that's not jeans. Okay. I do not have a pair of pants that's not jeans that fit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
The North American cut.
Yeah. We were talking about this. Everything I have is way too big for me. So I'm like, okay, I need to go get a pair of pants that fit that aren't jeans. So I go to a place, I'm not going to name the place, and I find a pair of pants, pair of black pants that I like, right? They fit well in the waist. They're good through the thigh, which, as you know,
important.
Can be challenging.
Yes.
But around the calf, it's exceptionally tight. I have big calves.
You got Samoan calves.
I have
got Polynesian calves.
I have Polynesian calves.
Yeah,
that
you
is
do.
a good way to say it. I got a lot of calf.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And so they're tight through there. And I said, and Susan met me there, and we're going to go have lunch and all that stuff. And so I'm like, do these look weird? She was like, no, they don't look. You until you pointed out, I didn't even notice.
Okay, that's good.
But she goes, are they uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Will you wear them?
Right.
And I said, maybe not. So I said, all right, let me pick a different. She goes, hold on, I'm just going to ask this person over here. She's an employee of the store. I said, don't go ask her. Just let me figure this out myself.
Let me do it.
Don't ask her.
Don't involve these people.
Don't. Just please do. She's like, stop. I'm going to go ask her. And I'm like, she goes over and says, excuse me, these pants, was the worst salesperson in the history of salesperson. She goes, well, we have some jeans that are, I said, well, okay, I appreciate that, but I'm here because I don't need jeans. The only pair of pants I have that fit are jeans. I need something that isn't jeans. Okay, well, these jeans are cut. I'm like, no, I don't need jeans. I need something else.
The blood pressure's going up.
And so she's like, okay. And then she briefly left the jeans stack and went over to this other. She goes, well, these are cut a little more, but these jeans over here. And I, DeMarco,
you almost blew your top.
Wait, I looked her in her eye and I said,
encroachment.
I must not be making myself clear. I don't need jeans. The only thing I have that does fit are jeans. I am here specifically to get not jeans.
Not jeans. Did that get through?
No.
Oh, geez. Wow. Oh, man.
Then she started asking me, then she's, what do you do for a living? Where do you, and then I told her, I said, I host a radio show. Right. Oh, I grew up in Hollywood, and I know, and I'm like, come on, man.
That's where you blown the entire sale.
She finally found one thing. So, well, these might, I said, okay, I'm going to go try them on. She goes, wait, she ends up giving me 12 pairs of pants to go try on.
Oh, man.
All of them skinnier through the calf than the one before. She had no idea what she was doing.
Wow.
Skinny jeans.
And kept trying
You're doing the
to
opposite
sell
of helping.
jeans.
Wow.
Like, and
Wow.
I said to Susan at one point, I'm like, go ahead. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, go ahead. What are you talking about? I said, you can tell me I'm right at any point you want to do it.
Wow.
I said, it
should not have said a word to her.
It happens so infrequently. I'm like, and this is why you never ask anybody for help.
Correct. Wow.
It was, well,
that's a day ruiner for me.
Lady, I don't need the jeans.
That would have driven me up a wall.
The lady.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
By the way, great song.
She also
Jorge.
did find me a pair of pants that fit.
Okay.
So
She never did, or she did?
She did.
Oh, she came
well,
through.
she gave me half the damn
I was
store.
gonna say, at that point, it's a
I
matter
think
of
she had her boss's boss was like, we gotta sell
Push
these
the
jeans
jeans.
But when
today.
someone says specifically,
right, you're wasting your own
not
time.
She had a
that,
directive.
not that.
Sell him jeans.
You still got me on film strips, though, man. Like,
Coffees for closers.
Film strips.
I know. Who says
Film
film
strips. They turn the thing.
know, that's what I'm saying.
Very old school.
Wow.
All right, guys. I'm getting out of here.
Good
but,
to see you, man.
Thanks for
Yes.
letting me talk a little bit.
Hang in
and
there.
yeah, Television's Clinton Yates signing off.
You need any jeans?
For now.
10 days in a row. Today's day one. Mark it down. It's happening. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. The Far Side is coming up next. Here, you know where you're going to get a great sales experience? The exact opposite of where I just described is Rotolo Chevrolet. You're going to come in and tell Rotolo Chevrolet, hey, I'm looking for a Silverado, this model, this color. And you know what they're going to say? We got that for you, and we got a great price, and they're going to take great care of you. You're going to be, when that sales process is done, you're going to feel great about the entire thing. The exact opposite of the experience I had yesterday. And how do I know? Because A, I bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet, and B, they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. That's how good they are at it. That's how they're going to take care of you. Courteous, transparent, efficient, upfront. You're going to feel great about your purchase from Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You absolutely cannot miss it. It is right there, a sea of Silverados. And if you don't live in and around Fontana, the IE, the 909, you're in Long Beach, you're in Orange County, you're on the west side. That's cool too. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
How did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you. All of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Malcolm is a listening learner. So he checks with Babbel's speech recognition to be
Precio.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-646-5959. That's 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
The power of Dell AI with Intel Inside is transforming the world of pro sports. Teams can see curveballs coming with predictive analytics. Coaches can use AI insights to help players improve their shots in real time. And fans can get more out of every winning moment with AI-enhanced replays.
Unbelievable! What a play!
See how Dell Technologies with Intel Inside can power your wins at Dell.com/win.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to
Hey, it's
Progressive.
Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Man, I hope to hell I'm not getting cranky. I hope to hell I didn't turn into Clint Eastwood, Get Off My Lawn overnight. I really don't. I really do. Seriously. Listening to your story about the lady at the department store driving you crazy because she just would not listen to you.
I wasn't ambiguous. I don't want jeans.
Right. But usually, right, I have patience for that. But my patience is wearing thin as of late. And I don't know, is it because of the job, like Clinton said? The age? I don't know. But I'm starting to think about this stuff.
I think it's Gemini season.
Is that what it is?
Could
okay,
be.
so
We're both Geminis.
The Brett Favre documentary, right? And there's me out there.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a shot of me being kind of dirty, but I'm doing my job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Adam Temmerman's fault.
Oh, okay.
You should have been blocking me longer, right? It's not I'm not going to stop. I'm going to hit the guy.
Yeah.
But there's a shot directly into my helmet, and I look like a completely different person. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
But that ain't me.
Right.
But that's me. But that ain't me anymore. So I don't know what it is.
I get it.
It's age, whatever it is. So we have this thing, and I have to run this by you. So my daughter is 10. And she is out energying me.
Sure.
Is that a word?
Yeah. She has
what
more
am I trying to?
She has more energy than you do.
Way more. So we have this thing we're doing called the Breaking Dad Challenge. Fictional. Abbreviated. We're going to do this thing called the Breaking Dad series.
Okay.
10 challenges. So we did one today.
Okay.
And I wonder if you can do it. If anybody in this room can do it. Can you sit on your butt and stand up without using your hands?
Oh, no. I can't do that. Yeah.
Can you? Let me see you do it. I got video, and you can't do it. It's really bad. Try. Go ahead.
Do it during the break?
No, right now. Let me see if you can do it.
Go in there?
Yeah, right here. So I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Can I get to my knees?
Any way you can.
Oh, then I might be able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it.
Any way you can. Go ahead.
It.
Give it a shot. No hands. Right here.
All right. Jorge's down. He's in the...
That's not even fair.
He did it easily.
Yeah, easy. That took me like 90 minutes to figure out how to do it. Can you? Are you trying?
I'm going to try.
Here we go. All right. There you go.
You're going to have to do play-by-play.
I am. Okay, there he is. He's squatting down.
I'm on my butt.
There you go.
And try to do it without grunting, too.
Can you get up? Yep. No hands. Can you do it? No. See, that's what I'm saying. So, right. But with practice, you probably could, right? So we have I'm doing this.
Is ESPN going to cover my torn meniscus?
Not at all. Not at all. You have to sign a waiver. This is purely voluntary.
Workers' comp?
Yes.
Right.
So number one was that. I did it. It took me a minute, but I finally did it.
I wonder if I kind of rocked back and forth and tried to like jump into position.
Any way you can without your hands.
Yeah.
So the next thing she wants to do is she wants me to do one of those TikTok dances.
Oh, yeah, it's harmless.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I okay with that? Yeah. Me doing a TikTok dance?
Yeah, sure.
That's harmless.
Is that modern dad stuff now?
That's fine.
Just send it to us.
That's not pandering.
You'll look goofy, but it's fine. Who cares?
Martin Scorsese does it.
Yeah,
So
you're
if
fine.
Martin Scorsese's doing it, you're going to be okay,
Okay.
You're fine.
Marco.
That's off the list there.
Okay.
And then I have to do rock climbing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's everything that she can do that I can't do.
She can, like, climb rock, like, up this with the ropes and stuff?
She can do pretty much anything.
Oh,
She's
wow.
10 and
She's free
strong.
soloing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking
So
of.
I have to do that. So
that's
at the end
hardcore.
of it, if I miss one, there's going to be 10 challenges. She's making it up right now. So those are the first 3. If I don't get all 10, she gets an Apple Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
The physical ones are the ones that, like, the dancing and all that kind of stuff, whatever. It's just, you just got to do it. But some of those, like, getting up without using your hand
That
at all.
sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was weird.
I go to, like, the movie thing in my head pops up. Like, what if I'm tied up and, like, the cartel kidnaps me?
Take me out.
And I have to get up and walk out of here, and I got my hands tied. How can I get up? That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So all this stuff. So if I come in here all messed up one day, you know why.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
I saw a video of, like, this preschool teacher saying that she can tell which kids have older parents because when the kids will grunt when they get up as an ingrained learned idea. So this little kid will go, ugh, because that's what their parents do when they get up.
All right.
Yeah. Dang,
Sorry.
I don't want to be that guy.
Dude, it's not even, it's involuntary.
I'm not doing it.
I've noticed recently that when I get in and out of the car, specifically the car.
You grunt. Yes. Okay. Where's it?
Up
I need a jar.
and down.
If you hear me grunt, I owe you $1.
Okay.
I do it so much that I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I grunt, $1.
Yeah.
You grunt, $1.
When you fall back into the couch, you go, ooh.
Oh, bro, I sound like a semi stopping.
Yeah. It's
Stand up sounds like a deck of cards.
But you shouldn't be penalized for popping noises.
Right.
You can't control
if
that.
I can't
You
control it,
control
right. But the grunt. Yes. Okay. So I hope I am not, and I will stop it like dyeing my hair. I hope I'm not worried about my age now.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't think you strike me mostly as a patient person.
Yeah.
But there are some things when you have explicitly expressed what you want or do not want, when the opposite of that thing is constantly presented back to you, that I have no patience for.
Want jeans?
Like that. If I said to you, hey, I'm looking for a computer, and there's a salesperson, and they said, well, there's this one. I'm going to listen all day long. I don't know what it is. But if I said to you, I do not want a laptop computer. I want a desktop computer, assuming such a thing. And all you keep showing me is laptops. I'm going to lose my damn mind.
Yeah,
I've told you, it's not what I want. Yeah, but I have expressed clearly that is not what I want. Stop selling me that. Like, if I said, hey, look, I'm not really thinking about a laptop.
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal. That's normal.
My
If
God.
somebody is constantly not giving you what you're asking for, you have the right to be
You want to
frustrated.
get your teeth whitened? No.
Oh, they ask me every time.
Who asked you that?
I've been going to the same dentist for 20 years. Okay?
Yeah?
Every 6 months. And I love my dentist. I love going to the dentist. I like the hygienist. I am a fan of my dentist. I would recommend them to anyone in my area. Okay? So have you ever thought about getting your teeth whitened? No, not in the last 6 months. For the last 20 years, it's never really crossed my mind.
Every time they keep asking.
And they're so nice, and I really do like them. For instance, that one doesn't really bother me all that much, but it's like, you ask me. And
are they trying to tell you something
Probably.
nicely?
I'm sure
Let me
they
see.
are. I could do better.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do it.
That's not bad, right? Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
I mean, if they keep asking you.
No.
I mean.
No, I'm not doing
they
it.
may be telling you that for your own.
As opposed to
it may be
being
for your
actually
own
for your
good.
health.
You know, this
I'm
might
fine.
help you.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
He's on radio,
If I showed
DeMarco.
up with something about Mary teeth one day, how do you think that would go?
It's not something about Mary teeth, but if your dental hygienist is saying maybe you should get your teeth cleaned.
She's
not
trying to meet her
cleaned,
quota.
Not cleaned. I get my teeth cleaned every 6
What
months.
did you say? Oh, whitened. Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah,
no, you're good. You don't need whitened.
I know.
You're right.
We've talked about this. I love going to the dentist. I love having my teeth cleaned. I have very
It's
healthy
the whitening.
teeth.
They
It's
want to
just-
bleach your teeth.
They want to give me the Freddie Freemans.
No, you're not getting those.
Yeah.
And they want to get that sweet, sweet cash
Right.
from your Freddie
Yes.
Freeman.
If
Of
I
course.
looked like Matthew Stafford tomorrow morning, you'd be like, Trav, what's going on?
What's a teeth whitening cost?
I honestly don't know.
Anybody ever done it?
I honestly have no idea. My guess is it's expensive. I really don't know.
Is it super expensive?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's cosmetic. You don't need to pay for it.
I don't know.
Is there ever a need for it? I guess if you're going on TV.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And you know what he does for a job? Radio.
That's true. But you're on YouTube. It's right there. There you go.
But we got these jeans over here.
You got these jeans that don't fit your calves.
My wife,
sorry, man,
Susan, is patient and kind and all these. And even as we were walking out, she goes, "That was awful."
Oh, really?
That's how bad it was.
Did she say you were right?
Of course not.
Okay, here it is. The average cost to whiten your teeth in California is $982.
Oh my God! Wow, is it really that? Is it worth it?
Did she say I was right?
I mean,
this guy, come on.
Oh, it's so funny you say that.
Every now and then it happens, right?
Where were
when?
We went and did something where Susan wanted to do A, and I was like, I don't know, B might be better. And so we ended up doing A, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? You're right about that. That was great. And she starts, and I'm like, no, do you see how easy that was? I said to you, you were right.
Right.
And I'm saying, you were right. Your idea was a better idea than mine. And she doubled down on her rightness while saying how bad of an idea my idea would have been. And I was just trying to say, hey, you know what?
I don't know why.
You had a good idea.
Yeah.
You were right.
Real quick.
I feel like I'm amongst friends. Yes.
Listen, this is how I trick Brenda to go to the place she wants to go. I was like, hey, you're not going to guess where I'm thinking about going to have dinner tonight. And she goes, Luna's or whatever, right? I'm like, how'd you know? And we end up there. That's how you do it, man.
Smart.
That's
See?
good.
There you go.
Yep.
Magic trick. Another one.
Dude, this is David Copperfield
Dude,
over here.
You're coming over. Yes.
Kreskin. Who is the guy that killed himself? Or not killed himself, but
Houdini.
died? Houdini.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did Houdini die? I know he died of
He drowned with locks. He locked himself and drowned.
Something.
Not Niagara Falls, right?
No.
He went over Niagara Falls. He survived that one. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Niagara Falls?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I don't know how anybody would go over that thing in a boat. Are you crazy?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Imagine the Grand Canyon with water.
Yeah. And the power. And the drop. I don't know. What is that? A couple 100 feet?
You got to have some guts. You got to have stones to go out there to even be close to that.
No. We started him yesterday. DeMarco Farr's power rankings, preseason power rankings coming up next.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser are hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
.com. Coverage of the 2025 NBA playoffs on ESPN LA is brought to you by Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. Play anytime, anywhere for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Head to ChumbaCasino.com and let's Chumba.
No purchase necessary. Must be 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month, or get 3.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end June 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
And
Yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Magic, 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 magic.
We are taking heat, by the way.
What are we taking heat?
They're timing us. We haven't mentioned the Angels yet. Did you
Who's
know
do-
this is a
who's
thing now?
doing that?
I'm just saying, it's a thing now.
Who cares?
It
Does
says
does Parker have a burner?
almost 30 minutes and still
Bob.
no Angels talk.
What would you like us to talk about?
The response on this is great. You'll be waiting more than 30 minutes, even though it's an Angel station. Let's be real. Dodgers are nothing.
Yeah.
See.
Come on, you can't give up the goat that fast.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, yes, we'll get to the Angels later.
Would you want us to talk about the Kings as well right now?
No, the Kings make the playoffs. The Kings did not have Wayne Gretzky on their team for 6 years and be bad every time.
Angels won 6 in a row. That's what they want us to say.
Good for them.
Yes, and what
And
do
they're
you
gonna lose
always
6 in a
say?
row.
Be good when
Be good when the games matter
in
the
September,
most.
and
Yeah.
we'll talk about them more.
Look, I would like them to be good. It would be more interesting if they were good.
So funny.
They're just not.
They have a clock on us
Yeah.
now. I love this. We finished off yesterday in my power rankings at 15 with the Buccaneers.
Okay.
The Buccaneers is what I like to call them. Number 15. The only reason I have them so low, or I guess mid-pack, is no Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen's gone. I think he did a fantastic job of that offense. They scored a lot of points. Hassan Reddick is there this year, but I'm not sure how he's going to play. And teams have just seemed to throw all on them, and I don't think they fixed it. But the arrow is pointing up. That's why I have them at 15. All right, 14. This is where we move into, I guess, just out of Super Bowl contender, in my opinion. So
Okay.
number 14, this is the best of the non-Super Bowl contenders, would be the Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh.
Yeah, they
Ooh.
added a lot of firepower up front. I love their edge rushers. Their defense is much improved. No more Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He started good, ended bad, got
Did
very-
you like what you saw from Penix at the end of the year?
I did. Cousins got really charitable with the ball towards the end, but that gives way to Penix. I think he's better. They've upgraded at quarterback. Does anybody doubt Penix in this room?
I don't doubt him, but I'm also not convinced he's going to be. I don't know. I need to see more.
I know he's going to be better than Cousins. I
don't
know that.
necessarily
He'll be better
Yeah.
than the Cousins that Atlanta got.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
He'll be better than Cousins was for them.
I think that's fair. Whether he gets to the point that Kirk Cousins was in Minnesota and even in Washington for a period of time, like Kirk Cousins has had some pretty good runs.
Not in totality.
Yeah.
Just for the Falcons.
I
And
do agree with that.
I would bet Kirk Cousins gets traded at the deadline to a contender.
Yeah.
Not at training camp time?
Not. I bet they hang on and wait, and he gets traded at the deadline for a contender. But
he would be hard to move because he makes a ton of money.
does,
right?
but a contender that just lost their quarterback.
Yeah.
And he looks
Desperate team.
real
Yeah.
attractive.
Okay.
All right, so now we're moving in 13, moving into the Super Bowl contenders, could make a run, the teams I really trust. This will be fun. Pittsburgh, I put them up. Rodgers is their quarterback.
So, okay.
Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers is their quarterback.
Okay.
It's going to
Obviously,
happen.
no official word on that,
Right.
but yeah.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Excuse me. I think he was waiting on the Steelers, waiting on to see what the Steelers did in the draft, waiting on Shedeur Sanders. Remember, that was almost a real thing. Will the Steelers take him? So I think Aaron was waiting for that. I think he's going to be their quarterback, so let's assume he is. I think they've upgraded at receiver. I think Metcalf is going to be something special up there. I think their defense is always good. Their O-line is better than advertised. Is it Caleb Johnson, the running back, who's going to take over from Iowa? But it's like running back of the month there. They run the football. That's what they do.
Will they win a playoff game?
So maybe. So I put them at the very back because of that, of the Super Bowl contending team.
So with them in mind, let's pause on them for half a sec. That we talked about some teams that are perennially bad. It's like, hey, this like Jacksonville, for instance, right? That they could be better this year, and this that, and I said, yeah, okay, maybe, but I'm going to have to wait and see it until I believe it. Like Detroit, until I see that was entirely coordinator driven and they really backslide to what it looked like before, I'm going to assume Detroit's going to be pretty good again. I'm going to need to see them backslide. With Pittsburgh, I never think they're going to be bad, but they've been mediocre for long enough to, I just assume that even with Aaron Rodgers and the things you meant, they're going to be 9-8, 8-9, 10-7, somewhere right in that middle of decent to maybe slightly better than that. But to your point, Em, do they win a playoff game? Not in the AFC. The AFC is loaded.
In the dance, may not go far, but that's why they're there. Okay, so moving to top 12, I put the Packers here at 12. I thought they had a good draft. They drafted their receiver in the first round for like the first time in like 100 years.
Forever, yeah.
Hadn't happened. I think his name is Matt Golden. Maybe, just maybe, with the addition of him, you can get the ball down the field.
They got a good coach.
Good
they got
coach,
a competent
great
quarterback.
defense. I think LaFleur is still that guy.
I do
Anybody?
Too. I do too.
Yeah, so I put them at 12. Okay, where's Jorge? This is where I put the Niners at 11. They lost a lot of talent. A ton, but they still have a lot of talent.
True.
They are top-heavy. This is not where you want to be in the NFL. You're paying a few guys a lot of money, and you're going to have to expect a lot of rookies to fill in that depth. But they still have McCaffrey. They still have Trent Williams. They still have Fred Warner, who they just paid.
Mm-hmm.
They still have Bosa. They have Kittle, and they have Brock Purdy. So they've got something. You can't overlook the 49ers.
And they got a good coach.
They got a great coach, yes.
I think that they have a lot of high-end talent, and a good coach means that their ceiling is, their floor is relatively high. I don't think that they're a 3 or a 4-win team. I think that at worst, they might be a 7 or 8-win team, but I'm not so sure they're going to be much better than that, because if one of those guys gets dinged up,
it's done.
It's a wrap, and somebody
Yes,
always gets dinged up.
I agree, but here's the other part of this for them. They got a cake schedule. They really do.
They get a fourth-place schedule, right?
Yes, they got an easy schedule, and they get a late bye.
And the NFC South as well as with us.
Right.
Yeah, late bye. So that was number 11. Moving into 10. Now, this is where it's going to get funny, because you mentioned Detroit.
Yeah.
We're still not there yet.
Yeah.
But I got the Broncos here in my top 10. 10-7 last year. I thought they were kind of a fraud in the playoffs, but that defense is lights out.
Yeah.
They really are. And Bo Nix is getting better.
Yep.
And they still have Sean Payton.
Yep.
Yeah, he's still that guy.
Could he also be in a sophomore slump kind of thing where he was Nix had a good rookie year, is older than almost any other quarterback in the same year or same level of experience?
I think that what they're asking of Nix is more slump-proof than maybe what you're asking of Jaden Daniels, for instance. That Jaden Daniels was not just the rookie of the year. Jaden Daniels was an MVP candidate.
He was carrying their team.
Yeah, he was being asked to do so much. Defenses get a year's worth of tape. They're going to get to look at some things and try to take some things off the table for him. Nix is keeping the trains running on time.
Yeah.
Nix is just there to not trick it off.
True.
And I think that's something you can continue to do. And I've said it 100 times. I'll say it 100 more. They have a competent head coach that cannot be undervalued.
Right,
Sean
or
Payton
understated.
is a good
Or
NFL
overstated.
coach.
Let me give you a couple second-year dudes, quarterbacks to keep in mind. Burrow, Wentz, Wilson.
Yeah.
What do they have in common? They all went to the Super Bowl in year 2. Carson Wentz was on an MVP tear before he got hurt.
Yep.
So Broncos 10, Chargers at 9. 11-6 last year. I still think their defense stinks. They gave up a lot of points. They got some decent edge in Derwin James, and that's about it. This will be an all-offensive football team. It really will. How many picks did Herbert throw last year? I
Not
think
a ton.
Like 3?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And they're going to be well-coached with Harbaugh.
Yep.
I feel very confident putting the Chargers in my top 10.
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I think that sounds about right to me. But
He threw 3.
being regular season really good, which they were, and going to that next level, I think that's the next step for the Chargers. The Chargers, again, I'll say it again, they have a good quarterback and a competent head coach. That's a great head start. They're still the Chargers, though. And until they're not, I'm going to expect them to be the Chargers.
They've added on the O-line, so they're playing to their strengths.
Yep.
But like I said, I think they're going to get...
Are you a Herbert believer?
I am. I love Herbert.
Yeah.
That defense, especially the D-line, looks soft. I think they're going to get run over.
Yeah.
So if they don't make the playoffs or it becomes a disaster, it'll be because of that, not offense. Okay, here's where Detroit comes in. So they dropped down to 8 for me. 15-2 last year, and they're in the 8th spot.
Okay.
They're losing.
Still pretty good.
They lost both coordinators.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not out of the blue. Remember what happened to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2023 when they lost their coordinators. They went backwards.
Yeah.
They were like 10-1, but it was the worst 10-1 we ever saw. So I think Detroit is going to have similar problems to what Philly went through. And they were all beat up.
They were
banged up last year.
By the way,
so.
Aiden Hutchinson is cleared, by the way. It was announced this morning.
Yeah, did you see the video of him running?
No.
He still doesn't look right.
Okay.
That's part of my list. Aiden Hutchinson is still not back yet, even though he's cleared. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's going to be when he's out there. So I think Detroit may come back to earth a little.
I wouldn't be surprised. I agree with you on that. But I think Detroit is going to fall into one of those categories of, hey, that was a really good football team for 4 or 5 years that never got it done. And I don't even mean like won a Super Bowl. I mean like really they got to the NFC Championship game and they kind of blew. They had a lead late in that game. They blew it. That last year was their shot. They didn't take care of it. Everything was going to go through Detroit and everything. It just
one step down from the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, because they didn't get as far as the Bills.
Minnesota Vikings were on the doorstep for years.
It
never
might be
over.
like that.
Yeah,
it might be
kind of like that. Great teams, Hall of Famers.
Really good players.
Never got over the hump.
Yep.
All right, really quick. 7 is the Vikings.
Yep.
I think they have a great roster. I really do. One of the best rosters in the league.
Okay.
But they're depending on J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback.
A rookie quarterback. I know he's not a rookie, but he's a rookie quarterback.
Right. And I love Kevin O'Connell. I think he's great.
I do too.
Brian Flores on defense.
Yep.
Yes.
And he gets the most out of quarterbacks.
He does. Okay, ready? Now here we go. Commanders at 6.
Sure.
I think the guy gets better. Remember those second-year quarterbacks I mentioned? I think he's going to be one of them. And they've added some really good people.
Okay.
For him,
Is the opposite at least possible to where this was a new guy that people really did not know a ton about, hadn't seen a lot. I don't want to say caught him flat-footed because these guys did have a season's worth, but now he had a full offseason. Here's what he does really well. We're going to take that away from him. Here's where he struggles. We're going to force him to do more of that. And that second year around the track is more challenging than the first.
Okay, so going back and just watching him on video, he doesn't play like a rookie.
Yeah.
So nothing really surprised him, no wide eyes. I think what you saw was really him, and he's going to get better. That's what I'm assuming. And if he does get better from what he did last year, they're in the 6th spot.
Okay.
They're a viable Super Bowl contender. And then, last but not least for this group, until we get into the top 4, the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Chiefs ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Chiefs are still top 3 AFC. Yeah, you're trying to do the math right now, right?
Well, I know one of them. I'm trying. Oh, whoa. Have you put Cincinnati anywhere yet? Yeah, you did. We did them yesterday.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I know who it is. All right, we're going to do the other 4 tomorrow?
Correct. But in what order? Keep thinking.
I can't think of the... Oh, yeah, I can.
Andy Reid, he
There
hasn't lost a step. Mahomes is still Mahomes. Everyone expects the Chiefs to fall off. I don't think they're going to fall off that far.
They get back to the AFC Championship?
They're top 3 team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Yes. Same odds as last year.
It's going to bother me the rest of the day. The Dodgers have a guy out there that maybe they should take a look at. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
I get Ireland more than anything else. Maybe it's because we both have big foreheads.
Yes, and because I used to do the job you're doing now, but I get you a lot. I get like, hey, Trudell.
Oh, okay,
One time, this guy's just yelling at me because he wants to talk to me. He's going, Mike, and I know he's yelling at me. I smile.
Just wave with a big smile.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their 1-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
In spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
He's coming. Here he comes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The power of Dell AI with Intel Inside is transforming the world of pro sports. Teams can see curveballs coming. With predictive analytics, coaches can use AI insights to help players improve their shots in real time. And fans can get more out of every winning moment with AI-enhanced replays.
Unbelievable! What a play!
See how Dell Technologies with Intel Inside can power your wins at Dell.com/win.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
That's why in the preseason, sorry to carry this over, in the preseason, you'll have quarterbacks and receivers that probably won't make the team but have great connections because that's who they throw to in practice all the time. Yeah, so your backup won't get reps with Puka or Devontae. He'll get reps with this undrafted rookie free agent.
Interesting.
And then they play together in the game, and that's who he throws to. That's how it works.
Sean McVay going to do his preseason thing where nobody really plays.
I don't see why he would change.
Yeah,
why would you?
I don't either.
Yeah, it works.
Double down with Cappy at the $10,000 Blackjack Tournament. That's June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino. Sedano and Cap will be doing their show live 3 to 6, so you can join them and check in for the tournament. All you got to do is say double down with Cappy at the player rewards desk for free entry into the tournament. Reserve your spot with us right now at ESPNLA.com.
Matter of fact, I've seen some receivers step out of the group when the backup comes in.
Oh, really?
I don't want to catch from you. I want to catch from him only. Yeah.
But what if the backup has to play?
Well, that's why it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
But when they're flowing, they're flowing. Yeah.
Did you see that Bill Belichick changed the name of his boat?
Okay, what was the name before?
So this is, by the way, this is my favorite topic.
So sad.
It is.
It's so sad.
Look,
I feel bad about this.
Can I make a promise to
Yeah.
you? The second that we have confirmation that he's lost his marbles, I'll stop. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy the story.
And when we do find out, it's like it's right in front of our faces.
I know
the whole time.
I know.
Yeah.
The boat previously was named 8 Rings, and the 8 was in Roman numerals. Oh no. Okay, so VIII Rings.
What did he change it to?
Super Bowl rings.
Yes, for all his head coaching and coordinator rings with the Giants. 8 rings. That was the name of the boat. VIII Rings. 8 rings.
Yes.
Anybody want to take a
Please
guess?
don't tell me he named it after her.
Hudson something.
Please don't tell me he named his boat after her.
Red Pants.
Oh, that's a good one. Red
He
Pants.
did.
No, not red pants. Somebody said something kind of sort of close
One
to
ring. Proposal ring. Hudson ring.
Wedding ring?
The heart of the Hudson.
it. He's the closest.
What is it?
It is now still 8 rings, but in front of the 8, there is a Roman numeral 1 plus 8 rings.
You know what? Good for him. I'm assuming he's of sound mind and body. He's in love. Do your thing. Not going to hate on you.
VIII plus 1?
Other way around. Plus 1 VIII rings.
I still believe in love.
I'm gonna hate a bit. I'm gonna hate a bit
I still
for
believe
people
in
being
love.
that mushy-gushy in love with someone who you kind of pretty much just met, who
I'm
could be
saying
your daughter by many years.
On his part, he's in love.
I don't think that's it. I think he loves what he gets out of this.
He's in love. He's having a grand old time.
I think he's having a lot of really good days and nights. I think that he's enjoying himself.
He's in love with his life.
But yes, but I think she has some sway over him at the moment.
Do you guys know the term love bombing?
No.
Love bombing?
Okay, love bombing is a term that where you, at the early part of your relationship, you're just pouring this person in gifts and love, and I love you so much, and then eventually it like goes away and it's ripped away. So it forms a false sense of intimacy with a person because of love bombing. This person just wants to give you flowers every day and all that stuff. It feels a little love bombing.
You know what? If he was still in the league, I don't think this would be happening.
It's an interesting thought.
I don't think this would be happening.
I wouldn't
really
have the
don't.
time.
I think whoever you work for would be all over this.
But this is where it's so interesting because I understand your point, but he's a 76-year-old man, 75, something like that.
Yeah.
Who's wildly successful. And 73. If he were the coach of your team, whether it's an NFL team, who even the owner, they're going to say you can't start seeing you can't rename your boat, you can't do this, you can't do that.
I don't think she would get free reign of the building.
Oh,
I don't think
probably not.
I would almost say guaranteed. There's no way.
I don't think so, DeMarco. But if you hire Bill Belichick to coach your football team,
yes,
and you bring him in to bring his football expertise, his football acumen, his football resume.
Bill Belichick.
Yes.
8 rings.
8 rings. Well, 9 now.
Stop it.
But I didn't name the boat. He did. And he says, "Oh, part of me coming in here, she gets to be here every day too."
So that's the other question that just popped into my head.
Do you
How long
run him out?
How long have they been going out?
Depends who you ask, but it looks like about 2 years and change.
Was there a chance she was with him before, like while he was interviewing for jobs in the NFL?
Red Pants was at training camp for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
See,
yeah.
Okay. So if he said this is part of the Belichick experience is this, then I could see why teams would say no.
Why they went the other way.
Probably.
It's not so shocking anymore.
Yeah, it's starting to make sense now. Yeah.
But Atlanta wears red.
Say that again.
Atlanta's red.
That's true. You almost had the job.
You almost.
But also, you couldn't spot her in the crowd because everyone's wearing red.
Or if I'm again, we're just speculating here. Nobody knows anything. Although he did change the name of his boat.
You're having too much fun.
That there was, let's say, among NFL owners, there's whispers. Hey, Belichick, I think he might have lost his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in for an interview. And he comes in with her, with all this evidence, like, oh my God, it's true.
He can't see it.
Like,
yeah.
It's oh wow, this isn't a rumor. This is actually happening.
It's happening.
And North Carolina just went, who cares?
We'll
hire him anyway. We'll do it anyway.
I don't think this happens with the
tracks.
Shield. Nope. Yep, you're
You
right.
might be right.
She can finally get her degree.
1 + 8 rings. Awesome.
Wow. Well,
because look, it's not the same.
What do you mean?
8 rings is Super Bowl rings. Your 50 years, your junior engagement.
Like I said,
ring
I'm
is
believing
not the
love.
same.
He is in love.
When you've formerly been married and then you're in a relationship for 15 years and you have many kids.
Haven't you done stupid stuff when you were in love?
Of course.
That's what. Haven't you,
course.
Jorge? You've all done stupid stuff when we were in love.
I also wasn't the guy whose entire
This stupid tattoo was because of love.
Identity, my entire ethos, what made me me was this pathological commitment to discipline and sticking to the plan and never deviating and do your job.
Yes.
Don't mess up. Don't commit penalties. Don't do the dumb thing that everyone else does. And he's doing this.
And I never had love, and now I have it.
It's
now I have
a lot.
It. Wow.
I absolutely.
Now it's an episode of Modern Family.
No, it's an episode of Cinemax. Modern Family was a network sitcom that was pretty G-rated. This is something else.
I wonder how many funny looks he got. Hey, this is my girlfriend. Are you kidding? That's funny. No, this is really my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a bunch.
Oh yeah. And then it's like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. And all right, I'm gonna go grab a drink from the
I'm
bar.
out.
And you turn around and go,
Bill's lost his mind.
Bill is off the
It's crazy.
out of his
He doesn't
mind.
see this.
If he would have said, "Oh, this is my niece," right? Like
Yeah,
they go
wow,
across
yeah.
the way. Yeah.
Look, here's what I'm also fairly convinced will happen. Who knows? Just Travis's best guess. This will end poorly, and we will hear more.
No, I don't want to know.
I mean,
I don't want to know.
You may not.
No, I don't want to know.
I will be the first one in line.
How did outlets get the Ring camera? How did the Daily Mail get a Ring camera that is presumably at Jordan Hudson's
It's her
home
footage from her camera.
Don't want to see it.
I'm not saying that
Wouldn't
you should have
care.
to see it. I
It's
do
gonna
want
get
to
out.
see it. Do care. Will happen.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see more shirtless
I didn't want to
Bill.
see. Yeah, I didn't want to see Bill Belichick without a shirt on.
But I don't want to see that either. I want to be told what's up.
Okay.
I want to be told what's up from a variety.
That's a
of
choice when you click on that.
No. I don't need the video, but I need what the video represents. I need the story of the video. It will end in a way that is dissatisfying to the Belichick.
To the point where he could ruin his Hall of Fame?
No.
Not going in. I'm talking about the entire ceremony. Like, let's not put him out in front. Because when Belichick would go in, he'd go in as the guy.
Yeah.
But if it becomes a sideshow...
Time will heal that.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that by the time he gets in, Jordan will not be a factor in his life anymore.
Well, he's close. How long has he been out of the NFL? 3 years?
Yes.
It's only a couple more years.
And he's first ballot. He's going to be the guy.
Of
right.
course.
I hope it doesn't become a sideshow.
So, she's got to hang on for a couple of years.
I would
for
take
that.
the bet he is no longer with her at that point.
I need to see some paperwork to know exactly what vests when.
He changed the name of the boat. Yeah. This is getting permanent.
I bet he loved that boat.
I bet he did. I
bet he was so excited to call that thing the 8 Rings. I bet.
What if you find out it wasn't his idea?
Right. Do you think he came up with that?
She changed it. She showed, hey, look what I did to the boat.
You know what would be really cute?
Right.
Do your job.
She'd 100% be a surprise. Hey, surprise, Bill.
Yes. Look what I did.
Oh, no.
Okay, did you ever own a boat?
Sea-doos.
Okay.
And problems.
Do you have to register the name of? I know boats are named for good luck, but do you actually have to does it have to be registered anywhere?
I don't know.
877-710-ESPN. You have to I know you have to have a boat registered, but does the name need to be registered?
Don't know.
That's what I need to know. Factor Cap is coming up next. We should ask Joseph S. Normand. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. The reason I'm thinking of Joseph S. Normand is because if you are hurt in an accident, you know what to do. And, I know we think of fender benders and things like that, and those are certainly happening. But what about a delivery truck? They are always causing accidents on the road. So if you've been hit or injured by a delivery truck, these guys sometimes aren't paying a ton of attention. They're overworked with little to no sleep, so a whole bunch of stuff can happen on the road. It's not anybody's fault. They didn't do it. They don't mean it on purpose, but what they will do is they will cause an accident. And the law office of Joseph S. Normand will fight for your family facing injury, medical bills, and uncertainty. You focus on healing. Joe will do all the rest. Call Joe, 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. Of course, you can go online at normandlegal.com. The roads are meant to be shared, so don't be fooled by insurance companies who want you to just walk away with whatever it is that they're offering. Let Joe fight for you. Let Joe get you what you deserve. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. It's a call I've made after my accident, after my son's accident, and I'm telling you, if you're hurt in an accident, call Joe and tell him that Travis sent you.
A fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
We do like a joint practice, then we invite Cappy to do hit some BP and some grounders.
Wait, you guys are going to have a joint practice, so you need me to bring weed?
No, wait, time out. Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways and the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
To snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Buenos dias.
I hate you, Parker.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Before we get to Parker, I want to follow up on something from last time. We asked for people to call in if they knew about this boat situation, how it is to change a boat name. I'm sorry, I forgot your first name, but you're in Long Beach, and you were talking about how it is an arduous process. It's like changing the title in your car.
Okay.
You have to go to the DMV. You have to go to the and change it there. It's not as simple as putting
just getting a
plus
can
one.
of spray paint.
It has to legally
Krylon, add a one.
It's like adding someone to your title on your car.
Burn it.
You sink it.
Yeah.
And buy a new one.
Right.
Straight up.
So
Yeah.
it might mean that her name may potentially be on
I
the
don't
boat
know.
now, currently. And yes,
wild.
Parker just came in there and stood up without his hands.
And just did it without saying a word. Just did it. Okay,
You know what?
I see
You know what? You know what?
What?
You know what?
Yeah.
Come back in here when you're 50 and you got another 60 pounds on
That's
your
what I'm
body. and
saying.
see
Thank
how
you
that
very
goes.
much.
Yeah, Parker's just doing night runs these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Night
Yeah.
runs. Okay, anyway. So, I was scrolling this morning for stories to talk about, and I saw this Yahoo article. And in the Yahoo article, someone was like, was Sean McVay in a hair catalog? So I had to click on this article. I was like, okay, that's interesting to me. And a Fabian FG tweeted out that Sean McVay was in a haircut catalog with his old. It looks like he was 20 when
He
this
looks
came
very
out.
young.
He looks very young. He looks good. Looks like a good haircut
He
that you
does,
probably
yeah.
want to get. And it's hilarious because he's right next to a guy above him is just another generic face. And this is a full-on headshot of Sean McVay and his haircut.
Give me the McVay.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
statement is you would get the McVay. Travis Factor Cap.
Look. This is personal.
A loaded question.
Okay, let's say 20-year-old Travis would get the McVay.
That's a better question. I would get any haircut if I had hair to cut, first of all. But yeah, no, that is a style that would have suited me. It looks good. He has a luscious, full head of hair like Jorge does.
A killer smile in this
Yeah,
photo.
he looks great. Like he just looks like a young, handsome guy with a good haircut. Yes, I absolutely would. Fact.
What do you call the cut? Because obviously I
The
can't
number
have
5,
a
the McVay.
But what do you call that style of cut?
So you know what I would call it, honestly?
Yeah?
And you will get this, but it's the Brandon Walsh from 90210 is what
Okay.
it is. It's kind of got like that little wall of hair at the front. It's it's tight on the sides.
It doesn't have a name? Like
He has a little
I have
bit of a widow's
fade.
peak, too.
He's got a little widow's peak. It looks
Yeah.
like Brandon Walsh from 90210. I don't know what it's
I agree
called.
with you.
When you go to a barbershop, Jorge, what do you tell them?
Just a fade, a zero, and fade it into a
It
5.
has a name. Okay, a fade.
What do you do?
Ask for a fade.
Yeah.
Give me a skin
Fade,
fade,
yeah.
0,
Yeah.
with the grain.
3 on the sides, finger length on top. That's what I say.
I don't know what the haircut is, but I do know the dude is always sharp. Like he cares about how he looks.
Yes,
you
he
can
does.
tell he cares about how he looks.
Yes.
And he probably got a free haircut at 20.
And he almost always looks good.
Yeah.
Do they have a barber in the facility, or is just whatever?
I'm sure they bring a guy in.
Yeah, because when I was with Argentina for like 2 weeks, like the team, they travel. A barber travels with the team.
Oh yeah, a
and they
good
get
barber
cut,
makes bank.
I know that when the Lakers built their new facility down in El Segundo, I guess it's 10 years ago now or whatever, they have a barbershop in the facility.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. You're always getting your haircut.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it was a Laker barber.
Yeah.
A Clippers with gold The medal was gold.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
that's baller.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so something happened, and I lost my ID this morning, and it was a whole big thing that was happening with getting into work this morning because almost everywhere where you have to enter at work has to require an ID sign-in. So I had to get security guard help, which thank you to everybody on both buildings that I had to enter this morning. But I was talking to the security person at LAPC, and I was like, okay, B. She was like, oh, you could either have the photo you used to have, the one original photo for your ID, or you could send a JPEG of a new one. And for me, I was like, I don't know. I like the old one. It was when I was 22 and like the first day at work. And it's kind of cool to look back at that part of my life, that time of my life, whenever I see my little ID and like say, oh, that's how far I've come from that moment there. So if you have the opportunity to get a new ID, you would keep the old photo. You would keep the old photo.
Oh, fact.
DeMarco Factor Cap.
Fact. Yeah, I'm going with the best possible photo of me, the one I think I look like. Yeah. The sad part
How
is
you look in your mind's eye.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how I think I look. And when I look in the mirror, that ain't that guy. But keep the picture that makes me happy. Definitely fact.
Travis?
So you're talking about this ID here?
Yeah, the blue one that gets us making magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not even you anymore.
That's my point, right? So this is the one that M lost. This is my version of that.
That's like your son.
Dude, there's not a gray hair on this guy's head. By the way, you know what else? There's a lot of face here.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a lot of Trav face
You're
here.
filling up a lot of space.
I would get a new pic. I actually think I look grayer and much, much older, but this doesn't have a beard. And I've had a beard now for several years.
You know, you got the Connery going, the Sean Connery.
Yeah, I'm
the
okay
older
with...
you get, the better looking you become.
Thank you,
there
DeMarco.
you go.
I appreciate that. Yeah, this feels like this is 10 years old, but yeah, lots.
All the women that wouldn't have spoke to you then would definitely regret it now. Like, dang, he turned out sexy. Look at him,
baby. That's right. Thank you. That's the nicest thing I've ever said to me.
I would keep the same one. So the same picture you're talking on our blue ID. I remember I was at the bowling. We were bowling that afternoon, and I get the email like, "Hey, send us a JPEG." And I didn't have a picture, so we went outside the bowling place because it has a flat paint, whatever. And I took and this is the picture. And every time I see it, I think of that bowling alley in Montebello.
Yeah, mine was at ESPN. They just took it on your first day there, and it happened to be my first short aside. My first day at work, it just snowed a lot in Connecticut, and I had just moved there. I moved there that weekend. So I stopped work at NFL Films on a Friday, was started ESPN on a Monday, so to move everything over the weekend, move in, and so, and it snowed over that weekend, and it snowed a lot. And I didn't know this about Hartford, but at Hartford, they have snow parking bans. And so when it's snowing, you cannot park on the street, and you'll know it by these blue flashing lights. I didn't know this because I just moved here and whatever. So I go up in the morning, get ready for my first day of work at ESPN. My dream of as a kid, my car's gone. It has been towed. And I had only allowed myself enough time a little bit extra time. You know me, I like to be early to get to work. And so I panic. I text he's not my boss, but the only person I had contact with. I was like, hey, I'm going to be late. My car got towed. I had to go Uber to a tow place, pick up my car, pay $250 that I don't really have, get my car, got to work, and then this is when they snapped this picture of me.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, I think it's kind of cute, but...
That's great. Not that you got your car towed, but that's a good story.
One last one. Nicole Kidman says that she's a big fan of naps. She says, quote, I'm a huge believer in naps. I can sleep anywhere. Put me on the floor with a sweater, and I could fall asleep. You're the same way. You can fall asleep with just a sweater on the floor. Jorge Fetracap.
Absolutely. Ask Travis about his couch.
Oh, my God.
Dog, I can anywhere.
It's like someone drugged him.
Really?
Just give me a nice little corner spot in the couch or floor. I don't care. I'll nap anywhere.
Travis?
Not anymore. It's Cap now. I used to be. I was a pretty good sleeper. I could sleep. As long as I was laying down, I could sleep easily anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And I used to love a good nap. I can't do it anymore.
Really?
I feel groggy. I once in a blue moon, I'll do it, but I can't do it anymore.
I feel great with a nap. I do. I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
I keep waking up early, but I can nap. It won't be anywhere, but definitely that afternoon nap is critical. It's key.
Yeah. How long do you sleep for?
For a minute, I didn't know which nap you meant with Nicole Kidman. I'm like, hey, she likes naps.
How long do you nap for?
If I can get an hour in,
okay,
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get that solid power hour, right when we're done, right before the kid gets home from school. I need that power hour nap.
That one too.
Yeah, just to get going.
20 minutes is like the sweet spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need 1 hour of not moving.
Because you go down into that deep sleep, and when you come out of it, you're a little groggy. And now I can't.
I don't know how to sleep.
I wish I could. Neither do I.
I suck at it.
Don't get old, I think, is the answer to that. Factor Caps brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You have a lot of choices in your legal team, but as I've mentioned with Joe, family always comes first. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. Of course, you can visit normandlegal.com.
Say Angels.
What about them?
Just say the
Angels.
Angels.
Because it's an hour and 45 minutes
Just say Angels, Travis. They said Travis hasn't said Angels yet.
Give me a reason and I will.
They won
we'll talk
6
about
in a
the
row.
Dodgers coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA All-Star Student, brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their 1-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
So much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
That's right. We're making it hot. We're making it hot. Dinero, dinero, y no vamos a parar. We're making it hot.
You playing this for the Angels?
No. What are you talking about?
They're hot right now.
Swept the Dodgers.
There you go.
Not a good weekend.
Who swept the Dodgers? They did. Who's they?
No high school senior who's a leader, scholar, and athlete. Nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student Award presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. There will be 5 winners. Each of them will receive a $500 scholarship, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday night event. So nominate your All-Star student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region in California, 13 years in a row. Come see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. Let me just say it again. If you know a kid, could be your own kid, by the way, right? that's doing well in school, that's doing all the right things. You just, man, somebody should do something nice for that kid. Nominate them at ESPNLA.com, and they got a chance for a $500 scholarship if they are a current senior in high school. So it's a very good moment. All kidding aside, the Angels are playing well. Good for them. I hope that they figure some stuff out. I hope that Mike Trout I read something about him yesterday. He's starting to run again, hit a little bit again. So hopefully he's back sooner than later. It would be great if they got in the mix again. They just haven't been in the mix for such a long time.
It's been a while. You got to start somewhere, though.
They're the team that has been out of the playoffs the longest of anybody in baseball. Like, and you think about the A's, the Colorado Rockies, there's the Chicago White Sox, there's some teams that have really hit the skids, and they've been in the playoffs more recently than the Angels.
Baseball is better when the Dodgers are good. I can't say the same thing about the Angels.
No, they're not in that group.
But at least from around here, if the Angels are good and the Dodgers are good, it makes baseball hotter.
There's only
and the Padres
maybe 4 maybe that if they're good, the whole thing gets better.
Yeah,
it's the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Yankees, and the Red Sox.
Angels aren't in that.
No.
Discussion
maybe
there.
the Giants.
Well, keep going.
Yeah.
What did Dustin May do? 6.
He was good last night.
Yeah.
We can talk about the game coming up in 1 sec. I want to throw this out as an idea. I saw this out there, and I think I know the answer, but I don't want it to be the answer. Alex Bregman is on a multi-year deal in Boston, but he's got an opt-out, a player option at the end of the first year. He's having a great year.
Okay.
He's having not a good year. He's having a great year. He is a Gold Glove caliber third baseman, and he is producing at the plate at a rate that is maybe the best season of his career. He's been really, really good. He is very likely to opt out at the end of the year. Is there any universe where Alex Bregman could be a Dodger?
Yes, of course. Deferred money.
No. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about his history with the 2017 Astros and him being a part of that entire
that's up to you.
Situation.
That's up to you.
It wouldn't bother you?
No.
Let's say as a football player.
I'm trying to think.
You lost the Super Bowl because of malfeasance on your opponent's part.
I did not play in the game, but I was teammates with the team that Belichick and Brady cheated with Spygate.
Yep.
Some of those guys actually became teammates later.
Okay.
So
and
can
they were
happen.
Okay with
they were okay with it because it's beyond your control. It's a team thing. This is what we did. And I keep saying, I don't mean this literally, but every team does stuff.
I agree.
That should never leave the building.
I agree.
Went sideways.
This went beyond that, but I agree with you.
I think there might be a little Joe Kelly moment for a second. But if we're teammates, we're teammates. What can we do about it?
And he's good.
He's very good. He can help us win. You know what? You can earn your way back by helping me win a championship.
How many people on the Dodgers are still here from the team that was robbed of that World Series?
Well, Chris Taylor is gone.
Kershaw.
Austin Barnes is gone. I think it's just – I'd have to go through the roster name, but I think it's just Kershaw. I'm fairly certain it's just
That's a big
Kershaw.
one to have. Yeah.
It is.
Because that hurt him probably more than anyone.
You could make that case, and it would be a pretty good case.
Yeah.
I want to say I could get over it. I want to say that, it's a long time ago. To your point, DeMarco, everybody's kind of done some stuff that if it got out, it would look pretty lousy.
Mm-hmm.
This is more than that. I think what it is with him specifically, because, for instance, George Springer was a part of that team. George Springer is in Toronto now, has had a good career. There's some other guys that have gone to other places. It hasn't quite stuck to them in a way that it stuck to Correa, Altuve, and Bregman. And Bregman is so strident and was so obnoxious in how he went about discussing it and arguing about it that it was deeply offensive and off-putting to Dodger fans. And I don't know if I could turn the page on it. I want to. That's what I say. I think I know the answer for me, which is, no, man, I can't. I can't do it with you. Dave Roberts was a part of it. There's, Kershaw was on the field, but Dave, how many times did we kick Dave up and down the street for not being able to win games because of this? Well, he had one just literally stolen out of his back pocket.
I think I can get over it, especially if he could help. It sucks. You're right. You're right to feel that way. There may be some comeuppance. There may be one, but
is there not a better third
I can get over it.
Though, that you could
That's
get?
What I'm saying.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
That's
your other
as
option.
Good or similar.
Keep your guy.
He's having a really good season. Not just he's not. It's not that he's just better than Matt. The Dodgers have very clearly made a decision that connections to the past. They're emotional guys. The guys that have been here a long time. Barnes, Taylor, Muncy's been here a long time. Muncy's had a lot of great moments for the Dodgers. And I'm not saying that it's a 1-for-1, but just this idea that, hey, the end could be around the corner, and if you're going to replace him, he could be available at the end of the year. Maybe there's a situation where you could trade. He opts out, so you're just kind of a short-term rental. There's lots of variables in this stuff.
Can he play his way back into your good graces? He's batting 304. He's batting 304 now, right? 11 home runs. What if he does that here and he catapults you to a third World Series?
I would love to know what Dodger fans think about this. 877-710-ESPN. Greg, come in here for a second. Greg is obviously a Dodger fan. Jorge, how would you be?
He's going to say no.
Would you be all right with it?
No, but I think if they do it, to your point, you said Kershaw was part of it, and it would affect Kershaw the most because he pitched and they were, calling his pitches.
Yeah.
I think they would do it once he's gone. You feel me? Like if they don't bring him back next year, I think it'll be a little easier.
So you're extending Kershaw the courtesy of not doing it.
If he says no, then
don't bring him in.
Yeah.
He's one of the main guys.
Hell no, this guy cheated me. Yeah.
Any scenario.
I know he's saying no.
Let's assume. let me just, before you get into the emotions of it, Greg. Okay. Let me
take the emotions aside. This chair is really high.
Snap your fingers. And the guy that's hitting whatever Muncy's hitting, $185, couple of home runs.
He's over 200 again.
Okay. And
goes to 304.
A couple of home runs. He is a high wire act at third base. Yeah. Is replaced by a Gold Glove caliber defender.
He can help you win.
A guy that's popping home runs all over the place and performing at an offensive level that is way above average.
Think of that lineup.
Is his name not Alex Bregman?
No, it's that easy.
It's that easy for me. Absolutely, DeMarco. I know you understand. You think of it as a way of. Yes, he's just. You look at the numbers and say he'd be great.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm trying to win.
I understand Emily's point that a lot of guys aren't here anymore. But do you know who is still here?
Fans.
Us,
Dave Roberts.
The fans. Yeah. Dave Roberts, us, me, you, Travis, all the people in the YouTube chat, all the people on the Blue Review that listen to it. We will never get over this. This is not something that just goes away. It was a championship stolen because of.
But he can help bring you another one.
I don't care.
He could bring you another one.
They can win it. They can win it somewhere else. They just won last year.
What if Kershaw comes on the Blue Review and says, "Forgive the guy"? I have. He can help
good.
us win.
I would say, Kersh, I love you. You're our GOAT. But no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm him. Altuve, no Bregman, and a little bit Correa. Yeah, those three. Absolutely never, ever, 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 ever.
I want to say yes, I just can't.
No, thank you.
I really, because logically it makes sense. They're better.
You want to say yes to not have him or have him?
To have him.
Oh,
he wants to, can't do it.
I see his face and I just want to.
Yeah.
You want to throw at him.
It's visceral.
Blanker.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those, not him.
Wow.
Not him.
No,
can't do it. Oddly enough, I think, and not that this name is on
with
the
Muncy
team.
Then.
Like if all of a sudden, if Justin Verlander became available,
I'd be okay.
I could get. He was on the team too.
Yeah.
But it's like he didn't benefit from it in exactly the same way. Even though he
wait a minute, he's on the team.
I know.
Well,
wait a minute.
It's different. They didn't bang a trash can, and they said, "Okay, now throw a curveball." Like that's just
but he's
not.
got the same ring.
He wasn't at.
He's got the same ring he stole from you,
DeMarco. It's completely illogical. It's completely illogical. It is entirely emotional.
You brought up Springer. I probably wouldn't want Springer either, but it's like
you
whatever.
could get over that.
I could get over that.
I could get
over Springer. It's those three and Gurriel. Gurriel, I would never want.
So you
either.
forgive the getaway driver, not the bank robbers.
Well, I like this analogy.
Yes. That is a good
The getaway driver is guilty like the bank robber is, but the bank robber shot the teller.
I got you.
Okay?
Right.
Like that, and that's where it's like, I get that you're in on it. You're going to jail too, but you didn't shoot the teller.
What if he knew, though? What if he knew what was going on and just?
Oh, they all knew.
Everyone knew.
If he knew.
What were they going to
shoot the teller?
Like, whoa, hey,
we're going to go in there and shoot the teller. Cool. I'll drive the car.
I don't want to win this title. Just
They all knew.
Don't be cheating. You're cheating the game.
That's the answer. The answer is no way, no how, no hell.
Hard
hell no.
Pass.
It's going to happen.
Hell no.
Yeah. Let's try a quick phone call on this. Let's go to. You got it, Greg. Thank you, Tony in Montebello. Tony, you're on with Trav and DeMarco. What's up?
Hey guys, good morning. I love the show, love the interaction.
Yes.
Personally, I would say it's a no-go with me as a diehard Dodger fan. However, I think management should leave it up to Doc. Dave Roberts, because at the end of this, there were many critics calling for his head. They wanted him gone. So I feel like Dave Roberts should have the ultimate say so.
That's really interesting, Tony. If Dave Roberts blessed it, does it change it? If Dave Roberts said, "Listen, I know what happened. I had to take it, but let's just assume for the sake of argument
if he
blessed it." He's like, "Look, he's going to help us win another one."
Outside of Kershaw, that's the guy that got cheated the most.
I hated it, and I have my own feelings about it, but he can help us win games. If he signed off on it,
you may have to a little bit. You don't feel the same about AJ Hinch? No, really?
No.
You don't think he knew?
Oh, of course he knew.
Oh, but no.
It's illogical.
Okay.
I do not have a logical defense for why it bothers. Part of the reason that it bothers me, and I think I'm speaking for Greg and others here in this, that it's Correa, Altuve, and Bregman, is they're almost throwing it in your face. They're almost like, so, as opposed to the other guys are kind of like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like
they were brazen about it.
There was a little bit of, look, man, what do you want from me?
Broke out of jail and went on Instagram.
Especially Correa when he said, at the end of the day, we don't give a blank.
Yeah. Okay. It was their attitude.
You may be dead to me after that.
Caught was a little different. And where should we go next? Let's go to Michael in Agoura Hills. Michael, you're up next. What's up, Michael?
Hello?
Hello, Michael.
Hola.
Hey, this is Mike from Agoura Hills. How you guys doing?
Great.
So, I hate Bregman just like you guys do, but if it was between him and Machado, I would take Bregman. That's how much I would not want Machado.
Okay, but is that a you hate Machado thing, or is that you think that Bregman's a better player thing? Like, walk me through why one's different than the other. Because Machado's a great player. He's not Johnny Hustle, to quote himself, but he's a great player.
I mean, I want to make the team better, so, if Bregman became available, I would never forgive him, but I would probably take him if he was willing to come and wanted to help the team, and who knows, maybe he apologizes when he comes over in a private meeting. We don't know how they handle it.
That's an interesting part of it, too. Thank you, Michael. This is funny to me that somehow Manny Machado can be a dirty player, and Manny Machado does not run hard to first base every time.
Right,
and he doesn't. Manny Machado's awesome.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Man, Manny Machado is an awesome baseball player.
You know who else is good? Bregman.
Yeah. That was another. We can take some more phone calls on this on the other side too. But if
put up a poll,
Dave Roberts signed off on it.
Unbelievable.
If Bregman or any of these, guys with the scarlet letters.
What if this piece could guarantee you a World Series? Greg would still say no. That's amazing. The whole point is to win.
I know.
Put it aside.
At some point, there's like, not with you.
Really?
Not with
you.
There's not many.
You're going to walk because you're mad at the bus driver.
Way, I would take Manny Machado on my team every time.
Heartbeat, right? Okay.
Every time.
Yes.
I'm a Manny Machado fan. Like I get why people hate his guts. I totally get it. I love watching
of his talent. You're a fan of his talent.
Yeah,
I got you.
He's terrific.
No doubt.
He's just kind of a punk. Two things can be true at the same time. We'll continue the conversation coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino. Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
He's like, no, I can't because I get in trouble with my wife.
Was he wearing the thing? He was wearing the thing.
He was wearing the thing.
Wow, they should have Phil Negro'd him. Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman throws 900 miles an hour. Okay? He turned on it like it was a high school fastball over the middle of the plate. Hit it 900 miles up into the seats. And as he's going around the bases, he clutches his shirt like this. Not like I did this. Not like I just hit the biggest home run of my life.
He's hiding the wire.
But I'm going to do this as I come through.
Wow.
I got in trouble with my wife.
Is he Hall of Fame worthy?
Altuve?
Yeah.
1,000% yes.
This won't hurt him.
He'll get in.
He'll get in.
Did the MLB commissioner do anything to hurt them? No. So they're going to get the Hall of Fame.
I wonder why they didn't come down hard on him.
I have a theory.
Well,
what's the theory?
That everybody was doing something that maybe wasn't exactly that, but I think the Astros
So it was being done elsewhere.
We will wear this, but don't go too far, or we're gonna rat everybody.
That's kind of like Deflategate. Be careful.
Yeah.
I think that's cheating. Your quarterback does it too, man.
It's one of those. You sure we want to do this?
Right.
We can do this, and we're all burned,
and then everybody's in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or we can. You can slap my wrist, but you can't put me in jail.
Right.
Like,
makes sense.
That's just my theory.
Yeah,
but adds up to me.
Well, look at where you are now. Come on.
Celebrate 1 year of Legends Attic with me and DeMarco live May 30th. Iconic legends like, of course, Oral Hershiser will be there. Steve Sachs, Jaime Hadin, Peter O'Malley, all sorts of great Legends Addicts giveaway. Dave Hobrick will have his amazing art out there as well. Plus, the star of the show, the ball, Freddie Freeman's Grand Slam Game 1 winning ball will be there as well. It's all happening. Legends Attic, that's 619 West Foothill Boulevard in Claremont. Tickets are available at legendsattic.com. And I think it's, what was the line? Be the mark? What is it?
Oh, mark out for the ball.
Mark out for
the ball.
I don't have to mark out for it because I'm in on it.
Yeah, it's the real ball. The real game ball.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a mark where he hit it?
I don't know.
I wonder what it looks like. I wonder how they got the ball back. Do you remember?
I don't.
Wasn't it a kid who got it? It was an 11-year-old who got it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was the kid. Oh, yeah, you might be right. I get
the perfect person to get it, an 11-year-old kid. Yes.
And I'm sure they got it and paid handsomely.
And I hope he met Freddie. I hope he got a Freddie signed bat.
You are in a pretty powerful negotiating position when you have that thing.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it should be. Yes.
For sure.
Wow.
For sure. So we're started the conversation talking about Alex Bregman, who's having a great year with the Red Sox. He was free. There wasn't a ton of interest in his services at the end of last year. Like the Astros kind of gave him a weird low ball-ish offer.
Yeah.
The Red Sox kind of came in and got him, they gave him a nice deal, but there's an opt-out at the end of the first year, which the way that he's playing, he's almost assured to exercise because he's going to get more.
Mm-hmm.
So the Red Sox are kind of in it, kind of not in it. They're kind of on the edge of it. Maybe they'll move him. Maybe they won't. But he could be a free agent at the end of the year. Muncy is struggling.
Yeah.
So there's been some speculation that
he may be out there. Dodgers are in the mark. They're in the mix for everybody.
Yes.
So yes, I wonder would he want to come here?
That's a great. My guess is he will go where the money flows.
Right.
But or in a trade, it's not up to you.
Or like I hope I don't go there. Yeah.
But look if they're offering more, and I don't think the Dodgers would. Because they typically don't do this.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go. The going rate is 100. We'll give you 120 just to make sure you come here. They're not.
You know how
not
outrageous this whole story is. It's like an episode. It's like Major League 3 if he comes here and plays.
Yeah.
Right. That's nuts.
So far, I haven't found a Dodger fan that is in on any.
Really,
of
not
this.
one.
Let's try another one. See what this one does. Victor, Los Angeles. Victor, you're up next. What's going on, Vic?
He can help you win, Victor.
I'm still here.
Yeah, Vic. What's up?
Okay, first of all, today Mr. Farrar found out that you are a Ram, but you're officially a St. Louis Ram because you cannot be You have to have PTSD from that World Series. You have to. I have to set the scene for you. I had just finally moved into my high-rise apartment in the level downtown, had a Dodger Game 7 party, but people keep forgetting about Game 5 because they were cheating strategically.
Victor, I haven't forgotten. Go ahead.
You remember that game, how we hit 4 home runs in the next inning, they hit 5 home runs, and then the next inning, it was like a crazy-ass game. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know how to see the Bregman legend comes from that series. But now that he's doing better outside the series,
wait. Are you a Dodger fan?
Oh wow, you can't tell.
What would you give for another World Series?
Well, I wouldn't give up a teammate to get Bregman, but
there you go. That's the answer. You know,
he can help you.
Victor, tell me if this is too much of a simplification, because I think what you're saying, and I agree with you, is I would not give up my humanity and my soul for another World Series. And by giving Alex Bregman or any of these guys, I am sacrificing who I am as a human being.
Bregman, Gurriel, people keep forgetting Gurriel hit most of those home runs as well. They looked like they were just out of this world. And I couldn't figure it out at the moment. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And, you know, I don't even remember the name of that pitcher. That's how much heartbroken I am. That Game 7 pitcher, whoever that guy was,
it was
I don't know who he is anymore.
Yu Darvish.
Oh, that's his name? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Thanks for the call, Victor.
I did not mean to stamp all over your trauma there. I am so sorry.
Well,
but all I'm saying is he can help you win. Maybe he can play his way out.
He said something interesting that may have been true at the time, but I don't think is true anymore. And what he said was he made his bones on that World Series. Yes, but.
Made his name?
He's been really good after that, too.
Okay.
It's not like he had this World Series where he was a chump and then was awesome.
Yeah.
And then they discovered the scam and he went back to being a chump.
He's still good.
He's still really, really good.
Yeah.
And not
that's like Bonds. He was good before the Royds. Yeah, he's still good after.
Like that, but this was a more egregious
he
crime
was
against
like, I'm
humanity.
a St. Louis
Okay,
Ram.
here we go. Let's try another one here.
Kick me out of L.A.
Paul, yeah. By the way, you were here for 1 year in L.A.
Kick me out of
yeah,
L.A.
You're
yes.
good.
Wow.
You've got your creds. Chris in Palmdale. What's up, Chris?
What's up, fellas? Yeah, you are L.A., brother. Don't worry. I'm a Raider fan, but you are L.A., brother.
My man.
What's up, Sweet Tea? Long
What's up,
time
bud?
no talk.
Yeah.
Miss you in the morning show. You know, I would trade for Bergman. I would.
There's one.
I would. I mean, look. You know what? When it all comes down, I mean, it's a business. As much as I hate to say it, it's a business.
Preach.
It is. You know, I mean, I hate the guy, but you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
I hate LeBron James. I never wanted him. But you know what? I respect the man. I'm a LeBron fan now. He's a Laker. I'm going to support him. And nobody.
There's a rational human being.
A lot of people are done with him. A lot of people are done with him now. I mean, hopefully he takes a pay cut and shows that it's all about LA. If not, I think people are just going to just give up on him completely. But again, it's a business. People get over things. It happens.
Okay.
Let's just bring another title back home.
I want to go through a lot of this, Chris,
Yes.
because you bring up some good points. People get over things, you said. I agree with you. I think most of the time that's true.
How long ago was this again?
2017.
2017, okay.
So 8 years ago. And I think most people will get over most things given enough time. It's not everything. Here's the other thing you said that I'm like, it's a business for the guys that are in it as a business. It's a business for the owners. It's a business for the players. It's their way to make a living. We can be emotional about this stuff. It's not a business for us. It is an emotional experience for us. I don't get any of Alex Bregman's money. I don't get any of the money that the Dodgers make. That goes to the Guggenheim Group. I get to give you my feelings. My investment in this is the money I pay for tickets and hot dogs and beers and my feelings. That's the only business part of it that I have at stake in. So I hate player X. I'm going to hate that guy.
Of course.
And it's just going to be that way. Now,
Do you hate him more than you love winning?
I think he might be one of the few exceptions that, you know what? If you're telling me you can win with him and maybe not win without him, I'll take my chances because I still think we can win without him.
Second part's hard to prove. But yeah, he can help you. That bat can help you.
He's good.
Imagine if you had him this year.
He's a great defensive player,
yes.
too.
Imagine if he was out there this year.
It is a real deal for sure. SC and Notre Dame. We're getting near the end of that? I hope not. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Have you ever had to deal with chafing? I am being kicked out of Los Angeles. I lost all my LA privileges. That was the last text. Look, have you ever had to deal with chafing? I have back in the playing days, right now on my morning walks. Chafing is no joke. It really does suck. That's why I always keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder. Stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. So if you work outdoors, fellas, this is your savior here. Trust me on that. If you already have some chafing, you're not alone. Like I said, Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. It's getting warmer faster. It's about to be hot again. So think about this, big dudes. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafing. Trust me, grab some Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Mason and Ireland.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont. To get you the max compensation you deserve, Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at HIMS.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED. But HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to HIMS.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Don't forget, you can double down with Cappy at the $10,000 Blackjack Tourney June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino. Sedano and Cap doing their show live 3 to 6. You can join them and also check in for the tournament. Say double down with Cappy at the Players Reward Desk for free entry into the tournament. You can also reserve your spot with us now at ESPNLA.com.
Are we allowed to play? Oh,
yeah, sure.
Speaking of blackjack, so Jorge, have you not done your magic trick on Travis?
No, I have not.
You should do your mentalist trick on Travis, either in the break or in a segment, because I want to see if you can do it on Travis as well.
I was so mad at you. I was. Like, how in the heck did you do that?
You blocked the door. I was like, let me get
I'm
out.
not leaving until you tell me. Like, how did you know?
It's okay. If you missed it, before the show started, Jorge was doing a trick, a magic trick-ish on DeMarco, where DeMarco read out a word and Jorge would guess it. Is that what happened?
Yeah. So I read his mind.
Yeah.
I read his mind with 8 pieces of paper, and it was cool. It was fun.
He had me write down stuff that I was thinking, and then he like wrote it down, crumbled it up before, and guessed everything right, and it was just freaking scary.
Yeah, so it's things that you can share with your kid. You know, like
definitely, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
that's good.
We've been sharing food recipes and stuff like that. You know, so
I made the fried mac and cheese.
Oh, good.
Oh, the little balls.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
She ate them right up. The
fried mac and cheese.
The spaghetti pancakes.
Yeah, you heard of spaghetti pancakes, Travis?
No.
Yeah.
No? So you take a squeeze bottle, like any bottle, you put your batter in there, and then you just spread it like lines.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds ew, right?
No. It's just not the little circles.
Yeah,
same
but
idea,
it's
though.
so cool. Yeah, she loved it. Yes, so pancakes are back on the menu. Yay! There we go. Oh, how could they not be? There we go.
You know why? Because you cover them with butter and syrup.
That's it.
Yes.
And anything with butter and syrup is pretty good. Have you ever eaten anything
and a carb?
And you ever go, hey, this thing has too much butter in it. Never.
You know what you can add to that?
That's
Never.
true. You're right.
Strawberry jam on top of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
also great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Also great.
There we go.
All right, so the contract between SC and Notre Dame to play football was set to expire, and this is from the LA Times. One of college football's most storied rivalries in serious danger of ending. Officials at SC extended an offer to Notre Dame earlier this month in hopes of continuing the historic series for at least one more season that would run through the fall of 2026. A person familiar with the negotiations, not authorized to discuss them publicly, told the Times. So
and the Notre Dame AD earlier this week talked about, and he said, we would. SC knows how we feel about that. We would like to renew the rivalry.
I understand why Notre Dame would like to play them every year.
Of course.
I understand.
It's money.
It's money, and Notre Dame is not really in a conference. I know they have kind of a loose agreement with the ACC, but the ACC is not loaded with heavyweights. They've got a few good teams.
If they want to win, you got to beat SC. That's part
and you
of
got
it.
to play teams like SC. SC does not have to play Notre Dame.
At all.
As
a matter of fact, should avoid them.
And I understand. I hope that they don't.
You're in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
You got those teams to play anyway.
You're going to play Ohio State and Michigan and Oregon and Washington and UCLA. Like, you've got a full.
SC doesn't need Notre Dame to win a national championship. I think the opposite is not true. I think they need SCs and more teams like that. They
certainly need them more than SC needs them.
No doubt. Absolutely. But I hope they – and I don't know what the rivalry
about the tradition
is.
of it?
What's the rivalry about? Is styles clash?
Well –
because they're basically kind of the same. They're like-minded.
They are like-minded.
Yeah.
I agree. But what it is it's a throwback to before everything was easy. It's history. East very rarely came west. West very rarely went east. Right? There was these places where the Midwest was in the. It was a Midwest versus the West. It started a million years ago.
So that's a styles clash.
It is a styles clash, and it just became, like you said, two prestigious universities. Two with very rich histories.
Deep pockets.
Yes,
great alumni.
And they both cared about football deeply, and they would actively seek one another out. They weren't looking to miss each other. This was a big deal for both schools.
I get it now.
But the landscape in college sports, in particular college football, has just changed so dramatically that while somebody that is your age or my age has or at least I do, I have an affection for that rivalry. My grandfather had a lot to do with USC football for a million years, and it meant the world to him. He's a proud Trojan, all that stuff. And I kind of got indoctrinated into what that rivalry meant to him, and so it means something to me. Doesn't mean anything to my kids. It won't mean anything to their kids. Like, stuff moves on.
It does.
It's a bummer, but I get it. And if Lincoln Riley's metrics of success are win the Big Ten, get into the college football playoff, be one of the 16 teams that gets in, compete for a national championship, get to the Final Four relatively frequently. Well, I don't need a non-conference game that could beat me. I don't need that in my life. I understand that.
And I'm kind of over rivalries because rivalries start every single year. You have your traditional rivalries that the fans get into, like Rams 49ers. That's a big deal for the teams because it's the next game, and it happens to be them. It's bigger for the fans because of what happens up there. But rivalries change every single year. It could be the Seahawks. It could be Oregon. Washington State is my natural rival. I can't stand them because they're Cougs. But Oregon was our biggest rival when I was there. Or Cal was chasing us.
Yeah.
It just depends on who's good at the time.
But did you still get up for that Washington State rivalry?
You get up for every single one of them. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think there's a difference between the team that could beat us and win the league this year and our historic rival. Like that. Some like USC and UCLA, like UCLA hasn't been competitive in college football for quite some time, but it's still a big game to both schools because we've both decided that it's a big game
because of the
them.
history.
Yeah,
but it's no comparison. Once we get on the field, I slaughter you.
Yeah,
and once in a big year, a blue moon, the lowly team jumps up, has a big upset, and it creates the rivalry again. But it really doesn't matter. You're after the national championship.
That's what's changed the most.
Yeah.
Is that winning the whole thing, or at least getting into the tournament, or at least getting to the Final Four. That's the
or
metric.
your rivalry is whoever's hot. You're chasing Alabama. That's who you got to go through to win everything.
That's more, as I see it, though, that's more of your opponent in the moment as opposed to your rival. Like your rival, there has to be some history. There has to be, you have to have taken something from me. I have to have taken something from you. We have to be competing for the same thing for a long time, or we just have to have done it for a really long time. And I think that's where SC and Notre Dame lands. Is just we've been doing it for 100 years, and SC's like, why?
That's almost like keeping Austin Barnes for the sake he's just been around forever.
I get it.
Yeah,
and I don't. I don't like that. I kind of see it like that, but I kind of see it like that.
And I will say, from a fan's perspective, like I'll give an example from my own life of Virginia and Virginia Tech. It's a game in which, if Virginia is a crappy team in football, which they are most years, I will keep watching because I want to see them in that Virginia Tech Virginia game because that's the only thing I can have to hold up this whole season for. So if USC, for example, USC gets 2 losses by October, and they're effectively out of the college football playoff. The 2 losses are to Big Ten teams, so they're out of this. Is there anything to root for the rest of the season besides just, I guess, W's? But
well, see, that's another point. I think we've grown as a fan base, too, because back in the day, you could stink at Michigan and keep your job as long as you beat Ohio State, and vice versa is true. I don't think that holds anymore. You could be at UCLA and not be good. SC is dominant. And just because you beat them 2 out of 4 years, you keep your job.
Yes,
I
agree with that.
I agree with that. That doesn't exist anymore.
It's trickled down to college athletics the way that we've done it in professional athletics. And I don't like it, but I get it, and I've made peace with it. I just don't particularly like it. You either win the whole thing or you had a bad year. That's how we look at things now. Keep in mind, this is not ancient history. This was 6 months ago, 5 months ago. We were talking about firing Ryan Day because he lost to Michigan.
Well, and he was standing there like a statue.
Well, I understand.
I thought he lost his marbles.
But Ryan Day's lost like 6 football games in 10 years.
But that's ridiculous land up there.
Of course it is. But because it was Michigan, there's we can't even beat Michigan anymore. And then he runs the table and kicks everyone's butt through the whole thing. It's like, that has changed dramatically.
Right.
And before, when you could find, to more M's
he might have gotten fired for real.
Or this idea, like, let's say they were bad, you couldn't save yourself just by beating them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A lot has changed. The sport has changed. The money has changed. So I think the rivalries, the traditional rivalries, really, maybe the only thing is, and I'm going back to SC Notre Dame, and I can't think of what the difference is. I get convicts and Catholics. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's, but SC Notre Dame, kind of the same thing.
Just history.
Who has the better program historically? And I think that's where the rivalry lies.
Yeah.
That's why you keep stacking up wins. Yeah, because I'm not sure who has the better program.
I think they both have a strong case.
There's a bunch of Heismans on both sides.
And a bunch of national championships on both sides.
I think that's
where
it
could turn into this thing where they face every 5 years. It's not every year. And it could even be more special every 5 years.
Once every 4 for every senior.
This isn't perfect but A&M and UT played each other for a million years. Big deal. Texas A&M, against the Longhorns every year. And then when A&M bolted to go to the SEC, that rivalry ended. And it was, and I was living in Texas at the time when A&M left, and it was a huge, like, what are we going to do? We're not going to have this rivalry and this, that, and the next thing. Guess what happened? Nothing.
You moved on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. And now they're playing again because now Texas is back in the SEC. So
see how you feel?
Yeah.
Now sign Bregman.
Okay. Before we move off of college football, I have this one piece of news from Yahoo Sports, breaking, quote unquote, from Ross Dellinger. CFP executives unanimously adopted a move to straight seeding for this year's playoffs in a call today.
Great.
And that means, if you don't know what straight seeding would mean, teams will be seeded directly 1 to 12, eliminating the concept that the designated top 4 seeds are conference champs.
Yep.
So if you win the conference, you get into the playoff.
Yep.
That you just don't automatically get 1 through 4.
Yep, I love it. So to use this, last year, Ohio State had to play. They were not one of the top 4, despite the fact that they were clearly one of the 4 best teams. And they had to go play the game on campus. And it actually served them really well because they got to play a home game. They got a little bit of momentum. They came into the Rose Bowl and just walked Oregon up and down the field. And by then, they were so hot, they just walked to a national. Oregon sat around, had to play a team that was not like a lower seed. Oregon and Ohio State were
right
neck
there.
and neck.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, who are the 4 best teams? We're going to put them in those seeds. Now we're going to slot 5 through 12. We're going to do it that way. And just because you did win the conference doesn't mean you can't be one of these 4 top.
But the Arizona States of the world will still get in.
They'll still get in. They just won't be
probably
the 4th
12.
seed. There's another one too. Was it
Indiana?
Maybe Indiana. Yeah. No, it wasn't Indiana because Oregon won the Big Ten.
Right.
Cincinnati, something like that.
The ACC.
SMU.
Yes, because they won the ACC.
SMU.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. How you feeling about the little last man stand?
Let's go.
Coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their 1-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
App and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Hey guys, double down with me, Cappy, at the $10,000 blackjack tournament, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Join us for a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. and say double down with Cappy at the Player Rewards Desk for a free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Live radio, real cards, big prizes. Seats are very limited, so lock in yours now. RSVP for more info on the tournament details at ESPNLA.com.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
You know that music? You know what it means?
Yeah.
It's Last Man. We should have done this right after your power rankings because these things kind of intersect here a little bit. Here's your question for the day. And I'm going to open it up to the top 12. There are 12 possibilities here.
Okay.
According to ESPN Bet, these are the 12 teams with the best odds to win the Super Bowl heading into this upcoming season.
Okay.
Jorge, we'll start with you.
12-team best odds win Super Bowl.
Yes.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs are the tied for the betting favorite at plus 600. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the list. Emily.
Eagles.
The Eagles are the other plus 600 choice at, yes, those are the top two. Those are tied for first. DeMarco.
Give me our guys, the good guys, the Rams.
The Rams are on the list. The Rams are number 10 at plus 2,000. The Rams are on the list. Jorge.
Woofed.
What?
Washington football.
Oh,
woofed.
The woofed. Let me see here. Yes, the woofed there. Washington Commanders are plus 1,600. They are 8th on the list.
That's 5, right?
That is 5.
Okay.
No, that's 4.
That's 4?
Yeah, that's 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. M would be 5. M.
Bills.
The Buffalo Bills are 4th at plus 700. So we've got through 5. DeMarco.
The Dirty Birds, the Ravens.
Yes, the Ravens are 3rd at plus 650. So we have the top 4 all covered for Kansas City, Philadelphia, Ravens, and Buffalo. So, Jorge, back to you.
My Niners.
49ers are not
on the list. Okay. No Niners.
49ers, I just want to make sure I have that right. Yeah, now I need to find where they are. The San Francisco...
Look under Alex Bregman.
Hold on.
They're not even on the list.
Oh, I take it back. I looked at it wrong. The 49ers are on the list. I overlooked them. They're plus 1,300.
What ranking are they?
They are 6th.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is that an automatic win?
What do you mean?
That's an automatic win for him.
No. I got it wrong.
Oh, okay.
I got it wrong. They're on there.
Lions.
There you go. That's the other team in the top 5. The Detroit Lions are plus 900. So you're missing 7, 9, 11, and 12. DeMarco.
7, 9, 11, and 12.
Yes.
Broncos.
The Broncos just miss.
Missed.
The Broncos are 16th at plus 4,000. So you are out at that. Jorge, back to you.
Let's go with the Rams.
He said the Rams already.
He's out. Join me.
Texans.
Can't be.
The Texans are on the list.
They're on the list.
The Texans
are
12th.
Wow.
They are 12th at plus 2,500. Emily.
Packers.
Oh, yeah.
Packers are on the list. They are 10th at plus 2,000.
So how many more do we have left?
9th at 2,000, I should say. There are 2 left.
All right.
Jorge. You have number 11 and number 1, 3, 5, 7 and 11. 7 and 11 left.
This is for La Raza. The Cowboys.
Emily wins. Emily wins. The Cowboys are not on the list. The Dallas Cowboys are plus 5,000. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. They're 18th. The 2 teams we did not get. The Cincinnati Bengals are 7th.
That would have been my next guess.
They are at plus 1,600. And number 11, the Los Angeles Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
I was just going by playoff teams from last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minus the Bengals, I guess.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
Yeah, you had the Chargers high on your power
I do.
rankings. Yep.
I do. I think Burrow is going to light it up. I just don't know how good Cincinnati's going to be.
Well, Hendrickson has a big part of this, right?
Oh God, he's their. It was him
He
and
comes
the
in
other guy.
eventually if they don't figure it out.
Hubbard retired,
Yeah.
so it was him and Hubbard carrying that defense. Hubbard retired, and they're messing with him.
Yeah.
They didn't have a defense to begin with. Wow.
They still have the 2 receivers, though.
They do. I think Burrow is going to light it up. So if you're fantasy and you're picking a receiver, pick Burrow up.
A lot of 38, 35s in their future.
Yes, a lot.
By the way, as a fan, both awesome to watch and incredibly frustrating to watch.
Yes,
I mean, there was a
heartbreaking.
legitimate case last year for Burrow as an MVP,
Sure.
Yeah.
even with them not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is that they would have been like 2-15 without
Didn't they
him.
need something crazy? Like they needed like 5 or 6 things to break their way on the last Sunday of the
Yeah,
season,
and they were in it.
They were one short. They needed one other thing to break their way.
Sounds familiar. And,
Yeah.
I do know that like the numbers he put up last year are numbers that only MVPs of the NFL have put up in previous years. So it almost makes you just feel so frustrated for Joe and the Bengals.
That
but
is your
how it is.
only job as a GM or coach is to get him into the postseason. If Joe Burrow gets into the postseason, look out.
Yeah.
The guy is that good.
Yeah,
but you got to get him there.
You got to get him there.
Yes.
And he's got to stay healthy. He's
Yeah.
he's had little nagging little things. What was it, wrist last year that
Yeah.
he messed up? I think that's what it was. Pacers pulled off.
Wow.
Okay.
Haliburton.
Great comeback
Yes.
or colossal choke, or can they both happen simultaneously?
I think they both happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, great comeback. And the Knicks tricked that one off. They had that one.
They were ahead. Where is it here? They were ahead by 14 points with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left.
You win that game. That game is over. That game should have been over.
They were literally one stop or one more bucket away from winning that game.
And they just couldn't get the fire out. They could not put the fire out, and the guy just took over.
He took over,
Yes.
and I don't mean this in any negative way, but it's just he got lucky. Like that ball bounced up to the ceiling and dropped through the hoop. That's really
Tell me that
really
wasn't
lucky.
drama. Okay, so I cannot stand the Pacers. I don't even like the Knicks, and I went in rooting for the Knicks.
Me
but
too.
tell me you didn't start rooting for the Pacers.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I was so I'll be honest. I was not watching until late in the fourth quarter when my pal G-Fish texted me. He's like, "Are you watching this? They're about to blow this enormous lead."
Yes.
And and they were already kind of on the run back, so I didn't see the whole thing leading up to it, other than checking in occasionally.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Brunson. I can't even tell you why. I just do.
He's good.
He's really good. He's fun. He's tough. He's resilient.
Plays a gritty game.
He really does.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like watching him lose. I like rooting for him for the most part. But I wonder if that isn't one of those catastrophes that even though it's the first game in the series, it doesn't swing the entire series.
God, no. This is not over. This is East Coast ball. The Knicks will be back. They had it. They were there. They'll know. They'll adjust. I wonder, can Indiana pull off the same thing with the same sort of energy and magic? I don't know. But the Knicks aren't going away because of that.
Well, I don't think so either. But Indiana's been doing this all postseason long. They did it against Cleveland, and they're doing it right now. The Knicks are on the other side of this equation against the Celtics. Remember, they came back from 20 points down a couple of different times to win the first couple of games of that series, and that was the Celtics will figure it, and they never really did.
Right. Speaks to the point about, like I said, this ain't over just because of this. It hurts, but it's not going to kill them in the series. It may actually spur them on. We'll see. But it's like when you turn on an episode of Jeopardy. You like Jeopardy.
I do.
I don't watch it from start to finish, but no matter when I tune it in, I always root for the guy with the fewest amount of points. And then see if he can come back. I'm rooting for that guy. Same thing with Indiana.
Yeah.
You made a series of right decisions towards the end, and the Knicks did everything wrong at the same time.
And Indiana hit a bunch of shots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everything was working. Like, this cannot be. Bang! You did it again.
And they reviewed it. They thought it was a 3. It was a 2. He does the Reggie Miller choke sign to the New York
too
fan.
soon, homeboy.
A little, but thank God they won because then it was premature, but it wasn't wrong.
Yeah, kind of corny. Maybe that. I don't think that was the right moment for that.
He thought it was a 3. So he thought the game was over.
But that's just game one. Save that.
I hear you, but it's Pacers, Knicks in the Garden. Reggie Miller's there.
He's right there.
And they did choke. Knicks did choke.
They did.
If you're ever going to rip off another guy's moment, that was the moment to do it.
Isn't the Jason Tatum doing the anything is possible, but the worst version of it after he won the championship last year?
Yes.
But then at the club, he did everybody else's, whatever.
True.
Yeah.
Very historic what he did, but that could wind up biting you in the butt because when they beat you, and they're going to, guess what you're going to see?
Oh, no. You stuck your neck out there.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you crawled out onto a a branch. I don't know how thin it is, but if you're out there
too soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot left.
I do not like guys hijacking other guys like celebrations, but I'm like, yeah, that's just too spot on.
He was right. Reggie was right there.
It's the Garden.
That was
it's
cool.
The same two teams.
Yeah.
Reggie's in the house. Reggie was their best player. You're their best player. You hit a bananas shot that bounced, 8 feet in the air.
I mean, if Freddie did the pull that Kirk Gibson did, you'd probably be over the moon for that.
Oh, 1,000%.
I was hoping he'd do it.
1,000 because it's too perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
just
the
same thing.
Yeah. But did Freddie? That's just the perfect.
He has his own
moment.
one.
Yeah, that's true.
I bought my youngest son a T-shirt. He doesn't listen, so I can tell him this. I'm saving it for Christmas.
I'll send him the pod.
Oh, that's really far in
You bought
advance.
his Christmas present already?
I saw it, and I'm like, that's perfect.
You're a
Is
great
his birthday
dad.
not before then?
His birthday's a week before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So they're all together. It may be a birthday present.
We're in May.
It's
That's awesome.
the LA logo.
Yeah.
But the vertical line of the L is Freddie with his arm in the
that's
air.
cool. He's going to love it?
He will
Okay.
like it a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And don't worry, because Bobby does listen. Don't worry, I have something for you to do.
Look at you.
Chill out.
Don't ruin it.
I'm good.
Don't
I
ruin
just need
it.
to get Susan something.
I can't do that, man. I can't buy stuff early because the next time I see him, I'm like, oh, here, I buy you something. I can't.
Here's
You can't
where-
hold it.
I never think of things like, I need to go, but I will see something and go, and after 30 years of getting it wrong, and they'll all remember. I never remember, so now I just buy it. And with the phone, I see it online, boom,
Click,
buy
boom.
it, boom, it's at the door 2 days later, done.
I'm learning.
Done.
I like this.
The Dump's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Rotolo Chevrolet. We're going to get to see my pals from Rotolo out at Legends Attic coming up a week from tomorrow. I always love seeing those guys because it's such a great reminder of what an amazing job they do out at Rotolo Chevrolet, that they're good guys, and they want to make sure that you get the best deal possible, exactly the right vehicle that you're looking for, whether it's a Chevy Silverado, any of the Chevy cars and trucks that they have out at Rotolo Chevrolet. You're going to feel good about it. And when you're making a big purchase like a car, that's super important. You're going to want to make sure that you know the entire process, that it's transparent, that it's upfront, that they're courteous the entire time. And that's what they do at Rotolo. It's what Mike Capozio insists on every single day. And it's what they execute every single day, to the tune of 13 years in a row of Dealer of the Year. So if you've been thinking about a Silverado, if you've been thinking about a Chevy car or truck, get yourself out to Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210, Sierra Avenue exit. Can't miss it. It's right there. And you'll see what I've been telling you for years. And I'm thrilled to have been partners with them for as long as we have, because I feel so good about telling you to go in there. Go see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. And if you're not in the IE, if you're not in the 909, that's cool. Go online. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
The most followed sports radio
Hey
station
guys,
in the
double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get, because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats, so lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to JourneyBuildersInc.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed over 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it's wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. At BetterHelp, they have over 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Very first one. I was just pulling out of the dock, and I put too much gas and hit another boat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Buenos dias.
Burn it down.
Jim Irsay passed away yesterday at the age of 65 years old. He, of course, was the owner of the Indianapolis Colts for many, many years. He was kind of front and center in the NFL for a while. Like he had, as far as NFL owners go, pretty high profile for a period of time.
I think he was the most rock and roll Super Bowl winning owner.
Okay.
That we've seen in a while.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. Most of them are all buttoned up guys, and
he was the one that was wearing bedazzled jeans and Ed Hardy shirts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he was rock and roll.
He had a style to him.
And his quarterback was Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's the complete opposite.
Yeah, he was different. Like Jerry Jones is a businessman and kind of a wild card. Like Jerry Jones kind of funny. You know, he says weird, crazy stuff, and Jerry's character, I guess, is a better way of putting it. Jerry's character. Like Stan Kroenke's kind of in the background. You don't see him very often. He doesn't,
nice suit.
Yeah. He's very conservative, very buttoned up. Very, like, if you were thinking of the prototypical NFL owner, kind of think of Stan.
Just like that.
And then there's the guy in the bedazzled jeans and the Ed Hardy shirt. That was Jim Irsay.
That's us if you gave us $1 billion and we inherited a football team. That's us right there.
Would you be all over the place if you owned a team?
Oh, my God. I told you, I'd be corrupt. I'd be terrible. I'd be buying every single player. I'd be firing coaches every day. You're fired. You're hired. Let's go. I'm coaching the team this week. Absolutely.
Apparently, there was some spirited discussion at the NFL meetings about the tush push. In particular, Jeffrey Lurie used some language to describe
a dream he had.
A dream that young boys have when they're going through puberty, you know. He talked about that.
Like, as in not dry?
Yes, that.
Okay.
He said that was every guy's that with the tush push.
Yes. And then it got weird.
The tush push was everybody's not dry dream?
What he said was, if we're going to quote this, was that it's every football team's dream
not dry.
To have a play that is so good that the league tries to ban it.
He's right.
Yeah,
he's right to be so good that it becomes outlawed. He's right.
It was an interesting
I wouldn't
choice.
have used those words.
No dream.
And Troy Vincent apparently called him out on it. Yeah. Just say dream, I think is the correct answer. And then Jed York, who is there on behalf of the 49ers, I guess Lurie went on for nearly an hour kind of talking about why this is important, why this has to stay. Like, an hour is a long time to hold the floor.
Yeah.
And then I guess Jed York at one point went, "Are you done, or do you have more S to say about this?"
Really?
And it got kind of contentious.
Well, I mean, think about it from their perspective. It's just a play that they do better than anyone, and you want to outlaw it.
Right.
Yeah, that sucks. But why don't we care about that? Because it's the Eagles? If it were us or your team, you'd feel like him.
And because they've been complaining about it for like a year now.
And I guess this is bad talk radio, but I'm completely indifferent. I don't care if they keep it. I don't care if they ban it. Like, to me, I don't have a strong argument on one side or the other. I understand why Philly does. I understand why other people may not, but I don't.
Right.
But what I loved about this is the play or the moment or the discussion that allowed us to have a little bit of a peek inside those meetings, that they get kind of chippy like that. It's fascinating to me.
The competition committee gets heated.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when there's a guy on there that's breaking rules.
Yeah.
And it gets really, really heated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea, because you could tell me that those meetings with owners and executives, and there were some players in this meeting or former players, If you told me that they were very conservative and buttoned up and very proper and, the Roberts rules
these are football coaches.
and all these things.
Football people. No.
If you told me it came off the hinges, I'd believe you too. And that we got a little look at it. It's pretty cool.
What did I overheard, this is on speakerphone, they were talking about some competition committee stuff, and it was like, you guys do this stuff all the time, and it's against the rules, against the spirit of the game. And the voice on the phone paused and goes, somebody had to point it out to you. You didn't see this on your own. Like, you don't have the right to tell me this is wrong.
You didn't catch me.
You didn't catch me. Your guy did. It was just so funny. Yeah.
I like that.
It gets heated.
Look, we can't. We have an insatiable appetite for all NFL content. Let's televise
Put that
this
out
stuff.
there.
Put it out there. Good news if you're planning on hopping on the road this Memorial Day weekend. PCH is expected to fully reopen tomorrow for Memorial Day weekend through Malibu because it's been closed for a long time because of the terrible fires that we had.
Unreal. I keep hearing more and more stuff about that. Like the rebuilding process is going to take a while.
Long time.
A long time.
But this is a small step, and I think it's going to be a great thing for the places that were not affected to have that business back again, to have the business down PCH. Dukes is still there. I know it did suffer from the mudslide, so I know that they're aiming to open up in maybe late to mid-June, maybe even a little earlier now. One of my favorite places is called Cafe on 27. It's in Topanga area. They're on the way to coming back as well, so I'm excited to, when they are open again, to go visit them again to keep this business alive. And I think that's one of the great things about the resiliency of this city. Is that fires are something that is a product of life here. This fire was different.
Fires, mudslides, earthquakes,
traffic,
floods.
But LA will come back, and I'm excited to go be a consumer of these places.
When's the last time you were in the Boo?
The
Boo.
Last spring.
Last spring?
The spring of 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Boo.
Yeah.
A lot of rich people.
A lot of rich
folks.
It's very beautiful.
Yes.
And this is it's so hard to get in and out of.
It is.
It's just that's the only part about it. It's like you're making a commitment to go into Malibu.
But every Starbucks bathroom is clean.
Yeah, no, it's a nice neighborhood.
Yes,
Vintage
it is.
grocers.
It is a nice neighborhood.
Goes, yeah.
That little they have that like little outdoor mall-y kind of thing right by the Gelsons there.
Seeing celebs walk by.
Right up there all the time.
Yeah.
No, I love Malibu. I'm excited to be able to go back.
It was today in 1977 that the final European scheduled run of the Orient Express did its thing. After 94 years.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Really?
My mom and dad did that a few summers ago for their 50th anniversary or something. Did the Orient from Paris to Istanbul.
I didn't know it was a real thing. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, it's a real thing. They had a great
movie
time.
and a book.
I don't think I need to be on a train for that long or for that many days in a row. But
they might have a joint murder.
I want to put you on a train and sell you jeans.
Yo, man. Like if you said to me, hey, Trav, we're going to do a train from L.A. to San Diego. Okay.
Yes. No, I want to go across the country and sell you jeans with Alex Bregman.
L.A. to Seattle and a train?
32 hours. Oh, I've done that. It's good. It's so awesome.
It's the whole
You
coast.
go up the coast.
How
It's
long
gorgeous.
does it take?
32 hours.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You'd love it. You would absolutely love it.
Did you skip over the 32 hours?
You get outside for breaks. You have full meals on the train.
The bar car is
you have
awesome.
a sleeping car.
The bar
you get
car
to
is
meet
awesome.
people.
They have a bar on the airport. They have a bar in the airplane. They have bars in L.A. and in
It
Seattle.
is
And I
beautiful.
could cut out 33 hours of the
But you
travel
know the things
time.
that have been crashing? I don't know.
We'll be all right.
Be a great present for Susan. You said.
No, she would not want
She would
the
not
train
like that?
trip.
Oh.
Okay, this is what I want to... Do you remember this? It was today in 1992 that Johnny Carson's final episode of The Tonight Show aired, as host of The Tonight Show.
I do remember. It was such a big ballyhoo thing.
Huge.
Everybody talked about it. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. You would think the whole world was coming to an end.
He'd been on TV for 40 years.
Ever. Yeah.
And you were kind of getting closer and closer to it. And it was weird. Like, he had one of those schedules. You don't really see it anymore. He would take months off at a time. Literally months. Like
when
if you watch the SNL movie, that's why SNL happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a huge cultural event. And then you had the whole Leno versus Letterman thing that led up to it. It was a huge deal.
But did you actually get to watch Johnny when you were a kid?
Yeah, a little
I had
bit.
to sneak out of the room. That's past bedtime.
My mom and dad would occasionally let me stay up and watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Not frequently, but I remember seeing it.
And
Me
so
too.
The hosts have been Johnny to Leno to Conan for a second, back to Leno, and now to Jimmy Fallon. Is that the order?
Yeah, no, there's Jack Parr, I think, was the host of it before. Steve Allen was the host before Carson. There's been a couple of others that were before there, but Carson had it
Joan
forever.
Rivers mixed
she
in.
filled in
when he took the breaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of like tonight, the late night shows in general, the show Hacks is really fun. If you're like a late night show geek, Hacks this season specifically is really great. And she's kind of a Joan Rivers-esque. Deborah Vance is, who's played by Jean Smart. Really.
Who's your favorite late night host of all time? Like the one that you like would try to go out of your way to watch. Did you have one?
Letterman.
Yeah.
Letterman. Arsenio, when he had the show, was funny.
Arsenio's show was good.
Yeah. Johnny, I was too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Letterman for me, too.
I used to like that.
And Leno, yeah. I guess Leno was always on.
Leno was on, but like
I
didn't
Letterman.
find Jay Leno like it was a good show or whatever. But like Leno was like, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Letterman
was funny.
He caught the Crispin Glover episode. Dude, locked in.
Letterman was a little mean.
A little bit.
Letterman was unpredictable.
Creepy.
Yeah, Leno was right down the
Late
center
night
of
with
the fairway.
Craig Ferguson. That's the other one.
Oh, yeah, Craig Ferguson.
Craig was funny.
Mission Impossible, 1996, released today.
The first one?
The first one.
Oh, that was awesome. Emilio Estevez was in that movie.
Was he really?
Yes.
So on this latest one,
look
there's
at
a
it
lot
again?
of running.
You have like encyclopedic knowledge of Emilio Estevez's IMDb.
Fast in that movie. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
I will take. I'm not challenging you on your Emilio
in the
Estevez
elevator going up. If the
trivia.
spikes come down, goes through his eye. Yeah.
Little super crosstalk coming up next.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving
Hey, it's
experience,
Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser are hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways and the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Fresh renovations and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano here. My friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone is the one-stop shop specializing in children's dentistry and orthodontics for over 23 years. From routine care, braces, and aligners to orthodontic planning, Children's Dental Fun Zone accepts Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. For a free consultation, visit their website, cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. And let them know that Sedano and ESPN LA sent you. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, so I want to start with that, John. You just said right before we came on that the Pacers-Knicks game last night was one of the best games you've ever seen.
One of the best games I've ever seen.
Was it because it was the best comeback you've seen or the biggest choke you've seen?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, but rarely are both included. But
Yeah.
I can't believe that Tom Thibodeau, one of the great defensive coaches in NBA history, just let them keep taking threes. I mean, it just made no sense.
Should he have
And
fouled?
the Pacers, by the way, there have been 4 comebacks in NBA history with like a minute to go and a team down 9, and the Pacers have 3 of them, and they're all this year.
That's nuts.
Wow. You got to kill that team.
They were 14 with 2:51 left.
It was amazing. It was a phenomenal game. I think sometimes it's not a matter of Tom Thibodeau letting it happen. It's the players on the court. They have to make decisions. They have to respond correctly to what's happening. That being said, though, I imagine what was getting in their heads to some degree was there had been a long streak of three-point fouls in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys getting fouled on three-point shots, getting sent to the line for 3 free throws. That's going to get into your head as a defender. Like in a tight game like that, particularly where someone like Nesmith is really heating up, you don't want to just send that guy to the line. You don't want to send Haliburton to the line. He's good. You got a lot of guys who can make free throws.
So we've seen it before. You could make the argument, I think it happened in the World Series last year, where something so dramatic happens in Game 1 that you feel like it's like, okay, there's the series. Like when Freddie Freeman
I don't think
you don't think that's what happened last night?
I think every game is its own. But I think the Knicks better realize you can't relax against Indiana. You just can't. There was a game, Andy, this year where they were down 3. I think it was against Milwaukee. They were down 3 with 5 seconds to go, Indiana, and Haliburton runs to the corner, shoots a 3, they foul him, it goes in, and he hits the free throw, and they win. A 4-point play wins the game at the buzzer. I mean, they're those guys. You cannot, they're super athletic.
To your point, from Tom Haberstroh, great basketball writer, piece that he put out from his, I guess it's a Substack called The Finder, the Pacers have now orchestrated 3 of the top 7 most unlikely playoff comebacks in the play-by-play era, which began in 1997, all in the last 2 weeks. Like all 3 of their comebacks have been in the last 2 weeks that qualify like almost 30-plus years of playoff tracking.
What do you call that? What do you call that? That's
happens,
not playing well. That's playing.
If it happens once, it's just good luck.
Yeah,
I'd
rather be
twice.
that.
It's like all right, but it's happened too many times. They obviously have some sort of knack for pulling stuff out.
I mean, they're a very good team. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
But they're also playing really good
resilient.
Teams.
Yeah,
you know, and for I understand that if you're pulling stuff out of your hat against bad teams, bad teams are going to help you do it. Knicks aren't a bad team. Cleveland's not a bad team. Like John, you just talked about the Milwaukee game. Milwaukee's not a bad team. Like these are good teams that they're
down by 9 with less than a minute.
Fisher hit.
You made the comeback, but you were still down.
Fisher
by 9.
hit .4 over the Spurs. They weren't a bad team.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's one. Sure. They're doing it repeatedly.
What do you guys? Where do you guys slot Brunson? Like his skill set, what he does, his impact for the Knicks. He's clearly their best player. How do you frame him?
First or second All NBA. I mean, he's that good. He's probably going to be
surprised by that or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he did it at Villanova. I didn't think he was a second-round pick. I thought Dallas undervalued him by just letting him go to New York. But, Andy, I didn't think he'd be this good.
No. I mean,
I thought he'd be good. I didn't think he'd be this good.
Nobody expected him to be this good. Nobody.
I thought, like somebody mentioned, one of you guys mentioned Derek Fisher. I think it was you earlier. I thought he'd be Derek Fisher. He's Allen Iverson.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Well, then that's a pretty big leap from the expectations.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, he is far better. I mean, this happens. Like when the Spurs traded for Kawhi Leonard, like they clearly saw something in it. Like they traded
by the way,
George Hill.
what you're talking about is they traded
George
to
Hill.
draft him.
Yeah, they traded to draft
Indiana
him.
drafted him.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're really high on him, and they knew something.
I mean, look, I think Jerry West, even when he clearly saw something in Kobe and traded for a guard straight out of high school, which was unheard of in that moment. Like,
he traded his starting center.
Right. I mean, like, it was unheard of to trade for a guard straight out of high school. I don't think even Jerry West necessarily thought Kobe would be
this good.
That great.
Yeah.
I mean, there are levels of greatness even with the greats.
Great story about when Kobe got drafted. So you guys remember that Kobe was the 13th pick in the draft by Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th pick was New Jersey at the time. They're now Brooklyn. So they had just hired John Calipari to be the coach. And John Calipari worked out Kobe. And he said, if he's still on the board when we're picking, that's our pick. And as a matter of fact, he's so good, we should think about moving up. And the owner and the GM went, keep in mind, Calipari has yet to coach an NBA game. And the owner and the GM say, well, on every board we've seen, he's not in the top 10. So if we have 9, we're fine. And Calipari goes, I'm just letting you know that if he's there at 9, that's who we're taking. And the GM and the owner go, okay, let's see. So draft happens. Coming up on the 9th pick, Calipari's like, Kobe Bryant, he's going to be great. And the owner and the GM said, Arn Tellem just called us and said, if you draft him, he's going to refuse to play here. He's going to go to Duke. Back then, you were allowed to do that. And Calipari said he's bluffing. He's too good to play in college. He's going to play in the NBA. And he goes, John, you really want to throw your first round pick, a lottery pick, away in case he's not bluffing? And Calipari goes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And Calipari goes, he goes, I've never felt stronger about anything. Take Kobe Bryant, call his bluff, take him. And then Arn Tellem calls back, goes, if you take him, he will not report. I guarantee it. He'll go to Italy. He's got money. His parents own part of an Italian team. And if he doesn't go to Italy, he'll go to Duke. But if you guys test us on this, you'll see.
Okay.
And Calipari caved. And he goes,
well, yeah.
Okay, we'll take Kerry Kittles.
So here's the question. Was he bluffing?
No.
I don't think so.
You think he would have gone to Duke or to Italy?
What do you think, Andy?
I think he was bluffing. He clearly wanted to go to the NBA. I also think, too, this is where timing is everything. Because like I said earlier, it was unheard of. At this point, players straight out of high school are pretty unusual, but they were all big men.
And by the way, I should mention that Tellem had a deal in place with Charlotte. And so
to trade him to the Lakers?
If he lasted 13, Charlotte was going to take him. Charlotte needed a center. Jerry West said, I'll give you Vlade if you give us Kobe Bryant.
But I think part of what made this easier for Tellem to make them fall for the bluff, because I agree with Travis, I think it is a bluff. There was so much uncertainty about the concept of drafting someone like Kobe that I think it becomes easier to fall off that stance when it feels like you're taking a big swing to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to if, say, Kobe had come out in, like, 99 or 2000, I think the Nets would have said, fine, we're going to draft you, and if need be, we will trade your draft rights to someone else because we know how valuable you are, but it didn't feel as unusual to take that type of swing.
I've never asked Kevin Demoff about this, and I think his dad, Marvin, is still alive, so we could ask Marvin. Marvin was the agent to all the quarterbacks in the famous 1983 draft.
The quarterback club.
That had Elway and Marino and
Kelly.
Todd Blackledge and Jim Kelly, and Marvin had most of those guys.
All those guys I hit. Yeah.
So, right. So I don't know if you guys remember this. Jim Irsay died yesterday.
Yeah.
I think his dad, Robert, was still running the Colts back then. So the Colts had the first pick, and they took, I think they were still in Baltimore, weren't they?
Yes, they took Elway.
And they took Elway. And Elway said, and Marvin Demoff said, if you draft John Elway, we are going to play for the Yankees.
Right.
We are going to play baseball. And the Irsays and everybody that ran the Colts, I think Bill Polian was there, said, we don't believe you. He's too good. He's going to play in the NFL, and so we're taking him. And they take him. And the next day, Elway comes out and goes, I'm playing baseball.
Bo Jackson did the same thing with the Bucks.
But Bo played for the Bucks.
No.
Yeah, he did. Bo Jackson played a year for the Bucks, didn't he?
I don't think so.
The Buccaneers?
Yeah.
No.
They just drafted him?
They drafted him, and he said, I'm going to go play baseball. And they're like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Bo Jackson never played.
And
never
he
played
did.
Bucks.
And then finally the Bucks gave up the ghost, and he was
Wait a
able
minute.
to go to the Raiders.
He waited them out.
Is the Raiders the only team Bo ever played for in the NFL?
The Raiders.
I thought I remember seeing him in a Buccaneers uniform.
Yeah, maybe
but
a
anyway,
mock-up.
So do you guys
Photoshop?
Do you guys think Elway was bluffing?
No, I think he would have went and played baseball. I think he
but
was dead serious about that.
I think when you're Bo or Elway or like even a guy like Dion, had Dion fallen into the same category, if I have another professional sports league to go play where I can get paid and I can start to climb the ladder there, but if I go to the Italian league or some other,
especially back then, like playing overseas.
What about Eli? Chargers take him. He says, my family has money. My dad has money.
For the Chargers.
My brother has money. I'll never play for you. I'll never report. I'll go back to Ole Miss.
I would have called your bluff.
Yep, me too.
I would have called your bluff.
You remember who they got when they traded him?
I would have said, prove it.
No, but do you remember who the Chargers got when they traded him?
LT, right?
And Drew Brees.
Yeah.
They got them both.
Okay. Well, there you go.
No, it worked out for the Chargers in that sense.
And then the Chargers punted on Drew Brees too early, and he became a Hall of Famer.
If I thought that Eli Manning was going to be the greatest quarterback I ever had in my organization, he said, I will never come play with you. But Eli Manning, his fallback is my family is rich. I'm going to take my chances.
I call your bluff.
Or was it, DeMarco, did they take Drew Brees or did they take Phillip Rivers? I can't remember. I may be
Drew
confusing
Brees first,
those.
and then they took Rivers.
Yeah, so I can't remember whichever one of those quarterbacks was in the
they
same year.
They moved off
as
Brees
Eli.
essentially for Rivers, and it worked out
that's
fine.
What it was. Yeah, so there was Brees.
And Brees
When he
had
hurt
the shoulder injury.
Yeah,
he hurt the
exactly.
shoulder. Yeah. And I think it was Saban that wanted to trade for Brees. He's like, let's take him, and he flunked the physical or something
And
like
they
that.
Got Culpepper.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
That didn't work out at all. Yeah.
All right, very quickly, guys. Alex Bregman has a deal that has a player option at the end of this year.
Winning.
So he can get out.
He can get out.
Yeah.
He's having a monster season.
Winning.
He's really, really good. Next month, he's having a non-monstrous season.
Yes, the opposite of. Yes.
If he had a player option, he'd be opting in.
There you go.
Yes, he would be opting in. We know Bregman's history. We know Bregman's history against the Dodgers, et cetera, et cetera. Is there any universe where he could be a Dodger?
Is he dead to you?
Or is it just he did the thing that you could never get over? Just, I don't care how good he is, how much he helps us win games, not him.
I was just talking to Bergman. I would bet a lot of money. I know Bergman came on and said, I'll never root for Alex Bregman. The very first time Alex Bregman hit a 3-run homer to win a game for the Dodgers, Greg would flip. And this has been true since the beginning of time. There's a very famous incident where John Roseboro, a very famous catcher for the Dodgers, got into it with Juan Marichal. And Juan Marichal picked up a bat.
Hit him over the head.
And hit him over the head with it. And he was public enemy number one.
It's a big deal.
Finished his career with the Dodgers. Joe Morgan finished his career
Hit
with
him in the head
Giants.
with a bat, and he became a Dodger.
Fans have very, very short memories as soon as you let us win. Remember Brian Wilson, the closer for the Giants?
Where's Bergman?
Finished his career with the Dodgers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are good examples,
Great
but I
words.
don't know if it's exactly apples to apples. If Juan Marichal had, through chicanery, stolen the World Series from the Dodgers,
okay,
is it the same thing as
There
getting
were
into a fight with
shenanigans
somebody?
going on with the Red Sox the year that Mookie was with them, and they beat
This
the
is
Dodgers.
a great example. Matter of fact, you go back and look at the year
Yes, didn't know that.
Hey, you go back and look at the year Mookie won MVP for the Red Sox. It's the year in question where they supposedly Alex Cora and them were supposedly stealing pitches. The minute Mookie came to the Dodgers, he was forgiven
for reasons that escape me. Like I can't put but for some reason the Astro thing landed harder than the Red Sox thing. Like it landed more, and maybe it's because it went to 7 games where the Red Sox just kicked the Dodgers.
I was going to say the Red Sox seemed like
Yeah.
the better team regardless.
Yeah,
It was almost like, why are you bothering to cheat?
Yeah. It
but
could have been
remember,
that.
too, the Astros are the ones who actually got caught red-handed.
Yeah.
The Red
Yeah.
Sox never got caught, and it was once the Astros got caught that everybody started connecting dots and said, wait a minute.
John Boy cracked the case.
Alex Cora was the bench coach
Yeah.
in Houston, and he doesn't take that with him to Boston.
Yeah.
Come on.
Did you guys see that yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. It's the day he hit 2 home against the Angels, Mookie. He now has hit more home runs as a Dodger than as a Red Sox
Well, one
player.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened quickly.
By the way, too, because I remember you and I, early in the Dodgers season, we were doing a show together, and you and I have debated this. I am very into the Mookie at shortstop thing.
Yeah.
Just because I find it really fascinating. Baseball is a long season.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers, I know, are good. I need things to keep me interested.
Get it.
This is really interesting. One of the concerns was defense, and at the beginning of the year, maybe 2 weeks in, he had 2 errors at the top of the list for shortstops in the National League. He has since, last I checked was like a day ago, sitting on 2 errors.
Yeah.
He has been really
He's just one of those
good.
guys that's good at everything. By the way, back to your Bregman question, because I know we got to get out of here. So think about this. There is no bigger rivalry, more hate in anywhere in baseball than Yankees-Red Sox. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
They literally hate each other. In 2004, when the Red Sox came back from 3-0, the center fielder was Johnny Damon.
Yeah.
The second he became a free agent, he signed with the Yankees, and
cut his hair.
No one cares.
Yeah, but it's different, John, because he didn't cheat them.
As far as you know.
Well,
Probably did, let's be honest.
But the difference
You might
between
have,
beating me and I hate you in a competitive spirit, and I know you stole from me.
Just bring in Bregman, but you treat him like a pledge.
Yeah.
By the
like
way,
like you haze him for the
like
rest of the
Wade
year.
Boggs, absolute staple
Yeah.
with the Red Sox, finished his career in.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
What about Clemens?
They didn't
He
steal it
stole
from him.
from me.
He stole.
Again.
You stole.
You
Wait a minute.
stole
This
from
is
me.
the
Clemens,
this is the
Clemens is
baseball.
one of the most notorious cheaters of all time.
I
But
understand,
all
he
of them were
cheated
doing
for
that.
both of them.
All of them
This
were
is the
doing that.
equivalent of. This is the baseball equivalent of you having sex with my wife.
Oh, my
like,
God.
I can't turn the page on it.
Wow.
You stole
I'm sure
the
there have
World
been
Series
teammates
from
that
me.
have forgiven that, though.
The second Alex Bregman hit a home run to win a game, you would cave.
You know what would help if Dave Roberts blessed it.
And
if Dave
he's
Roberts,
actually
he would,
matters.
he would have to.
Kershaw doesn't really matter in this. It's Dave Roberts.
If Dave Roberts blessed it, it's like, hey, if he's okay with it, I guess I can get over it.
Bring him in like a pledge, and you haze him like you treat him like ass for the rest of the season.
You think he'd want to come? Like, let's just say the Dodgers were like, yeah, we're open to the idea. Is this a place he'd want to be?
I think he's coming wherever he can get the best deal.
Assuming the money is the same. I could stay in Boston. I could go back to Houston. I could play for the Cubs. I could go to the Braves or the Dodgers. It's all the same.
I would not want to spend a good chunk of it, minimum, my first season with a new team getting booed.
Yeah,
because he's gonna get booed for a while.
Andy, it wouldn't be a season. It would literally be until he hits the first home run.